God's Word, weekdays at 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. through
Oasis. Stop by for a refreshing drink and share a God perspective for the day.
Oasis, weekdays 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. right here on Nationwide, a revolution in media.
The rebroadcast of the Oasis can be heard weekdays at 5:45 a.m.
As a parent, you give your children a good start in life. You nurture, protect, and guide them. Parenting is a process that prepares your child for independence. As your child grows and develops, there are many things you can do to help your child. Stay tuned to The Big Show, Nationwide this morning, for parenting tips. Fridays at 6:53 a.m. Only here will you learn everything you need to know about parenting. Tips to help parents navigate the incredibly challenging and rewarding journey of child rearing. Parenting tips on Nationwide at 90 FM, the revolution in media.
Anywhere in the world, my day, my opportunity.
Yeah, me a keep me a everything I hear about me. Yeah, me did this the last week. Yeah, me a everything I hear about me. Wyotingz Afterdark, everything we have got talk. Nationwide 98 from everything else turn off. Wednesday night number 1 on the trending charts. I fit tune in when Kareem start talk.
Taboo topics, celebrity news and interviews, riveting discussions. Wyotingz Afterdark. Right here on Nationwide 90 FM with Kareem Bwoyatingz. You understand?
Kareem.
Everything we have got talk. Everything we have got. Wyotingz Afterdark, everything we have got talk. Yeah, viral king, you know. Number 1.
All right, check 1, 2, 3. Good night, happy Wednesday. And from you hear my voice and you know the day of the week, then you know it's time for Wyotingz Afterdark. And it's the beginning of the happy holidays. And what better place to start the cheer than at Wyotingz Wednesday? Yes, it's time for Wyotingz Afterdark. And tonight we're easing out of Halloween and into the jolly season. And I'm so excited, by the way, because it's my favorite season. Yes, and it's the Christmas season. I know someone maybe said, but hey, Kareem, it's just the first Wednesday in November. I don't care, okay? I start celebrating from the 1st of November, okay? Thank you so much. Now, as we drift from Halloween spookiness into the Christmas season, it's time for Wyotingz Afterdark to switch gears and delve into the deeper, more personal fears that haunt us year-round. For this episode of our Things for the Holidays series, we're exploring biggest fears, but not the jump scares and ghost stories and a dopey and a rolling calf and some of them. We're actually talking about the real stuff, the fears that keeps us up at night. The anxieties that linger in the back of our minds, and the worries we prefer not to speak about. Yes, so tonight we'll break away from the usual spooky fears like Freddy and Jason and deal with even more terrifying stuff. Real life adult worries. You understand? The fears that come with growing up, chasing dreams, navigating relationships, and facing the inevitable. Yeah, so these are the fears that shake us to our core because they touch on our aspirations, our connections, and the uncertain future. Yeah? And if you know anything about me, I'm not fear a thing but God. Yeah, you understand? Yeah, but we're all grown people and we've all gone through a lot of things in life. And there comes time where you might just be insecure about a particular thing. You might not feel like you're good enough. You might not feel like applying for this job because what if I don't qualify? You might want to go back to school and just like, oh my God, I don't think I can afford it, or the financial constraints, or may I get too old, or you want to have a child, but you know if you can afford it, or you want to get a house or a car. Like, these are the fears that we all go through as human beings, right? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And our question of the night is, what was your biggest fear growing up? Once again, our question of the night is, what was your biggest fear growing up? So it's a safe place, safe space to reflect and relate and to release and all these things. You know, life isn't just about sunshine and good vibes. It's also filled with uncertainties and daunting questions. So let's talk about these real fears that affect us. Many of us, actually. And I'm here to open up the dialogue, bring comfort, but also give you the stern slap on the wrist about facing your fears and remind you that you're not alone in your anxieties. In true Bwoyatingz style, we'll approach this topic with honesty, humor, and heart, because sometimes the best way to face our fears is to shine a light on them. Now, before we delve right into that, let's kind of flashback to last week's controversial episode about the NCB-Uber dilemma affecting scores of people island-wide. Now, if you missed it, you can catch the recap on Nationwide 90FM Live, which are actually live right now. And if you're on YouTube, just click the like button, please, and thank you, because it helps with our algorithm and all these bag of things. But we also do have a recap for you. So here we go. How much did NCB take from you after the Uber fiasco?
Them give me cash.
Oh.
Give me cash and some drivers use sometimes a few, like a handful of artists stuff like that,
Oh.
They want you to give them cash and they'll just say XYZ and then the money gets sent back to their accounts and stuff like that. I'm not gonna something.
Oh.
As the release from NCB pointed out, not most of these were not fraudulent situations.
Right.
It's just that the good suffer for the bad, as they say.
Yeah, because now I'm and I've been thinking about, and after even hearing a lot of the experiences from, people in the Twitter spaces last night, and some are honestly, saying that they did not know. This question now of who's to be blamed, right? Is it the bank? Is it because
the bank? The bank. Well, the cases where people were moving fraudulent, it would be the people.
Yes.
To blame straight up.
Yes.
But to be fair, even if so, the bank should have caught it sooner.
Reversed. And them just take a bag of Uber trip and them just run up and down and do a bag of things.
Yeah.
A lot of people have shown screenshots also, incriminating themselves.
Our first intent right now is to remedy this period that we would have found. And in remedying this period, we really want to restore the order for all customers who have been affected. Because you have two customer types. You have those who would have been able to, the funds would have been able to have come off their account, and then you have those who we had to place a lien on the account, meaning that the minute some funds go to the account, it will be withdrawn by virtue of the contract arrangement. That
you're on the internet with your face, with your real name, and you're confessing to fraud. Wow, what an episode. And once again, I must just say to my team, I thanked them privately days ago, but I just want to say, thanks to them publicly, because I would have made mention of this last week that we had, and normally we have these episodes, planned out weeks in advance, and we would know what topics we're going to do for the rest of the month. So they would have had a topic planned last week Tuesday, and this excitement just come on the internet. And in true Bwoyatingz Afterdark style, we really had to. And just want to say thanks to them, and thanks to everybody that shared their experience and shared their take on this Uber NCB fiasco. But to be honest with you, I've not really heard anything much of it, Gio, since last week. No. Yes, you have? Quickly, because I don't think we really heard nothing else from last week about the situation. Quickly, please, and thank you.
So we're learning that a lot of people have actually started to engage the banks, going in branch and having conversation with officers from NCB to have the payment plan sorted for themselves, because they now realize, and I think it's been spurred from the conversation that we were having with the head of corporate affairs, that they can't escape paying back these fees. So a lot after the last week Wednesday, there was a lot of foot traffic to NCB. We're recognizing from conversations online, as well as some people are reporting that there are reductions to the liens on their accounts.
Oh.
So it seems that there is another audit that is being done, or rather the same audit, but probably some revisions on some people's accounts. So a friend of mine who had almost $500,000 on their lien was brought down to brought down from $500,000 to 450. So 50,000 was brought back on their lien. So there seems to be a lot of background work happening for in that situation. So people are probably not speaking as much on social media, because Karim Bwoyatingz tell them they're not supposed to use a likeness and image on the internet.
Thank you. Shut your mouth.
But they're having the conversations with the entities.
Love that for us. Now, okay, so DJ Jerome is here Joe, me good, everything alright, and things, you still there from there.
Yeah.
So, you understand, as a hard-working young man, love that for you. And, he's going to be the DJ. Well, one thing about it, Kareem is going to work.
Yeah.
That's one thing about Kareem Bwoyatingz. He's going to never not working. You understand? That's me, because I love things. You understand? Okay, so DJ Jerome is on the ones and twos, spinning mixes that's going to get us in the mood for a buzzy night of Bwoyatingz After Dark.
Yeah, man, well, this is Graham Smog, and you don't know, bigging up Kareem, Bwoyatingz After Dark. Play some sweet music for the people, them, and talk the things, them, see? Rockers.
Yeah, you don't know, say, a young representative for Kareem Bwoyatingz. Yeah, you don't know, say, a young representative for Kareem Bwoyatingz.
Kareem, you're blessed. Yeah. Nationwide, 90 FM, After Dark. This is your boy Omi representing for Bwoyatingz After Dark on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm out.
What time is it? It's After Dark with Kareem Bwoyatingz.
Who that? It's your girl Tananya, and you are listening to Bwoyatingz After Dark. Big up yourself, Kareem.
You're talking about a sensation that runs the nation and every radio station. Bwoyatingz, the girls them king, the fastest man alive. We wouldn't crash in the bush. You mean?
And it's out of away. We now wait from calm off the bed. Being in a mission, all of my jig. Dance now, go on, but the kid. If I just stack, I'm not gonna believe.
Yeah, and so this scheme said, we see, no reach 15 yet. Tick, no never no movie I make. We see real, this up, this round. And me see dog and cat turn rat. Me see man I use and I try stop. Family stop, family punch up. Me see my love gone and guess family never yet see it come back. We lose now things, but now get it back. We feel empty, me heart heavy. We lose now things, but now get it back. We feel empty, me heart heavy. Daddy one know, we can't tell him that the abnormal, regular. We not search for love, it's already gone. I'm afraid of the brain when we see many stars. We pass 20 and left it at the cars. You don't really see the major on the bar. And the tired of it. They want you keep it true to the secret. People need it, reveal it. We're the future, can't defeat it. If you get to your life and mean it, emotion run wild and read it. Right now we're joining, teach it fast. Come on, know brighter days appear when it's time clear. And now you will be the light where you guide me in the dark days. Forgive my past, oh Lord, it make my heart pain. Protect my soul, cause them want me to pass it. They don't talk to me, them just my friend now, what them want to me. All the red, no see nobody fi argue with. But when a band fight on me, them can't bully. Pop powers in the prayers and song to me. Try you, do it. Tell me not this, but put my heart to it. All I wish more power, wish more. Boy, I be said no charges. I know found no did a shot for me name. But if you see me mash up and drop for me face. No I be there so I top for the game. I stay and bleach out, do that for me Spain. Hard find road to top and Bobby Lane. Youth be a fly out and a snap on the plane. Pasta is not a lap stop on the plate. Salute it up top. Look where me I come from to where me they know. And me have to stay out, me hard work me up. I'm not coming to stay below the they know me never go snap but chop. So I know I watch mode for me. Tell me how you feel, no charge you. How you feel about daddy. What things you say? You wanna know who fi stop you. And we living like a movie, watch me. Jump up in a jacuzzi, Ashley. Get on you just a move to the cash way. You wanna know who fi slow me down. Watch glory run. Them think we story done. Nothing no change, can be the danger. Can be the fire, me no danger. Study the game, and me never complain. To the back of field, me no stranger. Tell them I'm ready, say I feel I'm afraid. Can't make them lock me than them jail. Stacking up the paper, I'm grace. Me have the laser. Get some girl and get tired and watch it sail. Me sharper than a razor. I never man a father, God no feel me savior. Anyway, I'm in a cater. Money for my brain. Can I see you left me the end in the game. My house in the city make it them shame. Yeah, we make it rain. Yeah, we make it rain. Yeah, we make it rain. We are not the same. Do this for the family. I put up for the fame. Hot like Zena. You know like lazy, so me no complain.
Buckle up, we pack them, put the stay on the shelf. Bill out and bill a name for myself. I'ma pull up in the game.
Alright, DJ Jerome on the ones and twos, the shell boss to the man, you understand? This is Bwoyatingz After Dark, and you know, at this time I'm gonna just do the roll call just quickly so that I can go back into the mood and all these things. So on YouTube, I know that Bass is here. I see Amarilla McKenzie, I see Sunshine, I see Ann Ramsey. People, where is Paul Peart? If you guys have his contact, just reach out to him, please, and I'll check up if see if him good. Come and even see him on the E-Zone then, so I don't know where I'm going. You understand? I also see Baby Toy. I see Marigold Weber. I saw Mario, big up herself. Carlene Smith is also here. And on Twitter, I see I am Kyle Lorenzo. I see Cardine. Who else? I see Flighty, big up herself, Flighty, always, you understand? Who else there? Dark Empire is also here on X. Okay, Richel T. Henry says, anyway, I'm reach. Good evening. Lady Loud says, out and stunting. Good night, Things Nation. Coco Goddess says, Merry Christmas, Kareem. Merry Christmas to you too. It's Batavi is also here. I am Brittany as per usual, man. Somehow me I telling you, somehow always, man. Always I got active, always I got present, and I appreciate you all. You understand? To big up on yourself. If you're listening, also Yamid is here. I see Taste Campbell is also here. You understand? Mr. Baby Toy said, well, me I collect the party fee. You see me? So DJ Jerome on the ones and twos once again. It's a vibes up segment. It's Bwoyatingz After Dark on Nationwide 90 FM.
Money for my brain. You know see you left me the name in the game. My house in the city make it them shame. Yeah, we make it rain. Yeah, we make it rain. Yeah, we make it rain. We are not the same. Do this in the family. I put up for the fame. Hot like Zena. You know like lazy, so me no complain.
Buckle up, we pack them, put the stay on the shelf. Bill out and bill a name for myself. I'ma pull up in the game, so them a belt. One champion, me knock them out and take the belt. Younger in a well, my daughter, son them in a well. And if I'm money talk, I love it, talk, them and I need help. Presidential life, I rock them and rose the belt. I stacks nobody and my melt.
Money for my brain. You know see I left me the name in the game. Put house in the city, them shape. Yeah, we make it rain. Yeah, we make it rain. Yeah, we make it rain. We are not the same. Do this in the family, I could feel the fame. Hot like Zena, and we turn up the flame. You know like lazy, so we don't complain.
Good time losses. Enough gal where I crosses. Used to walking on the road, them driving past me. Me and sing from me heart, what a heartbeat. Well, it all cost me. You only hype on the fame become a target. You me there and I'm zone, nobody call me. You me still in the game and I'm a forfeit. You full of beer, flow can't mark me. Gotta protect me with my driver. I'm afraid that I fight up. Eyes closed. This up. Hobby, I'm fooling.
Your style is every quarter style now book. Girl, I mean, I can't carry now. From a day, I'll be a vibes and push. She says, I better look. I got you, can't style me, mama. Why I ain't check it? Brand new mother nuts. Fine by me, hope you. Find happiness, hope you. Enjoy it when things don't work. I hope you don't call me, become not no fool. Don't need you. And in my type, I'm a pie. Get a girl by noon. If you know my hope. Can't style one thing away you feel like that. Faith in your but no more. Now you for play with my love after me. Invest some money on my time in you. But all this time I've been a pay for you. Wanna move forward but can't come stuck. Nah, me a nice safe for your cause. Me a pray. I pray with a book. I get it mama. But you remember say you can't style with my mama. While I check it. Brand new man and nuts. Fine by my hope you. Find happiness hope you. Enjoy it now when things don't work. I hope you don't call me become not no food. No need you. And in my type of high. Get a girl by noon. If you know my hope. Can't style one thing away you feel. But girl me like. Want to make a mist. Put your hands up. But girl me like. type, nothing wrong. If you put up your hand, boy, never will love. Me have to put up a fight, up to me strong. One girl, I'm type, nothing wrong. All girl, deep. If you put up your hand, girl, you're pretty for real, and I'm pretty. How you feeling? All girl, teeth, but them call me. It's me, I said, welcome. Where them call me, all girl, teeth. Girl in a crown and lead. Be a good day with 1,000 feet. Falcon chip in a mode where I be say, oh, go on knees. All girl, teeth. Bears, I'm know I breathe. Jump night, jeep, full speed, my squeeze. Money can't done, my commas I increase. See, free, them a figure. Play catch up price with it on a level. It's like, cause I'ma make you fall in love. This way you're there, but I live with it.
Girl, hear me, them man no girl is free. Let me tell you something if you never know idiot boy and you make she know me. Carry news to girl and a bad man style, na. Mama da she. Pour out the matter what this me I feel like she screenshot me text send me. She have you as a big waist man. They hear the man have this for me, yeah. Girl when you're hungry can imagine fit touch back. Then let her go so, yeah. You ask me we tell her nothing when you say. You don't believe, we don't believe. Yeah, you rule in the end, matter when the dog them really say to me. She have you as a Mr. Out in a beef and every girl a swarm man. Then I go supreme, them say this a no yard man. Take a boy girl in a second, no ramp with the tall man. But one of my, if my friend them want touch it two best friend, them on the sleep, never plan. That no mean them easy, that name style and pattern, I'm in a two-talk, no? You're something safe for the dan. Pick a country, look up by every nation. But for them a pattern, my style no understand. Can't do what me do, then I name Merlin. After she said she make it clear from the grammar, me tell it them a beat, me make it clear not the song. Play this for my fans, yeah. Play this for my sons, yeah. Play this to the world, why them a feel like so young, yeah. Any girl me deal with have to rape me to the ground and never pull a and never put it back down, yo, for us. Yeah, man, no girl is serious. Hey. Let me tell you something if you never me say, nah, you make sure oh, look at now. Some man under sights. Never see them with a girl let and them a eye. Me can swear for my life, me never play for no other side. Woman alone, they give me love, my love. You kiss a medicine, you got talk. What me da do without your touch, my love. Say something to me, make me know you gotta be a fool to let you go, my love. Woman alone, my love. What make you feel me grab your run, my love. If you ask me, girl, I change and I don't like that, no. Do not make everything go to waste, baby, please fight back. Wow. Have some faith in a man, we don't grow like that. No. Or make you do the done that, don't me. Would I never do you that? No, no, no way. No sacrifice your happiness because of ego. No. No believe everything what you see in the media. I'm stressed out, I'm miss my friend. Them no understand or get to joke them. You mean the world to me, no girl. Oi, you no answer that me not true then. Can't believe you get a new friend. And if I don't need then I wouldn't. You give up on me, please baby, don't throw it away. My man I say on me gun, man. Give up on me. One more time, don't throw it away.
Man no band comes to nothing. I'm grateful for all the sunshine. Yo, zoom, I'ma go for everything I want, yeah. Hustle for everything I want. That I know my style. Broke life never fit me. Know that from a small, yeah. That's why we go hard. One spend like a bank in a me yard, yeah. Remember no do we never have. Don't get such we happy.
It's like everybody you say high and buy to feel like them a dear one. True me no remember them. Them as a me change. Tell them me you're the same. Yeah. It's like everybody you say high and buy to feel like them a dear one. True me no remember them. Them as a me change. Tell them me you're the same man. Do you remember me? No I don't. Where were you when my mama hungry? My own. Yeah. Do you remember me? Me no recall. None of them never make a call. Did them get a call? Man I rise and I fall. No frightened for yours, Pandil. When you have one shoes alone, I'm a pill. Enough of them, lose them soul for gain the world. When I switch for the table turn, no frightened for them.
How certain are you that you're taking proper care of your pets? How often do you take them to the vet? Just as we need annual checkups with our doctors, most pets need regular checkups too. Owning and caring for a family pet doesn't have to be a difficult or burdensome experience. Nationwide 90 FM has an exciting feature called Pets World that will help you take better care of your pets. Join Nationwide 90 FM every Wednesday at 6:50 a.m. during the program This Morning as we take you into the do's and don'ts of caring for your pets. That's Pets World every Wednesday at 6:50 a.m. during the program This Morning on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Nakupenda pia, nakutaka pia, penzi we.
Hey, got a minute? Your Sunday just got a whole lot better.
Yeah, baby.
This Sunday, November 10, from 1 to 2 p.m., the Mayor's Horror will immerse you, our listeners, into the musical world of Quincy Jones. Did you know that Quincy Jones was the genius behind Michael Jackson's Thriller and Bad? Who's bad? And that's just scratching the surface. From his timeless classic Soul Bossa Nova, you might recognize it from the Austin Powers movies, to his incredible work on We Are the World. Quincy has shaped some memorable soundtracks of our time. Jones has also produced, composed, and arranged some of the biggest hits. We'll take you on a journey through his iconic projects, including classics from movies like The Color Purple and TV shows The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Now this is a story all about how my life
and Sanford and Son. So turn up the volume and let's groove to the Quincy Jones Hour during the Mayor's Parlor this Sunday, November 10 from 1 to 2 p.m. only on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
As we grow older, there are many challenges that we have to confront, but these years can represent the best in our lives. Coming of Age during Nationwide This Morning on Thursdays explores issues persons 50 and over confront. It also provides expert opinions on how we can improve the quality of our lives as we get older. That's Coming of Age, this and every Thursday during Nationwide This Morning at 6:51 a.m.
We no frightened so easy. We no frightened so easy.
After tree. Bwoyatingz after dark is the place to be. Yeah, you don't know, say this is the voice of Jazelis representing for Bwoyatingz after dark.
Praise the Most High God every day with your whole heart desire. Lift the mind, holy, 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 yeah. Holy Mount Zion, good job, let's say.
Moments of drama tonight.
Rather than a show, we could start. it wasn't as the same. And I used to own a vent, I know me living out my dream. Shut down pants, but shows on my plane. Shot neck, I'm specializing out of morning pain, yeah. Been around it, shed some tears, still not go around it. That boat pressure, built for pressure, everything off for the big time. With a friend with a school in the moment. And I'm thinking what I feel, but we take off. Just like the space rocket in the breeze, I saw it take off. Bird and everybody kid and said world record. Brave dinner, bossy for big dinner. And I'm used to tell myself when I can make it. Look, man, I'm pathetic. When I broke the way them treat the bad, we can't forget it. Haters looking so pathetic. Band of bones can't intercept it. You won the championship, but the trophy come up, you know what never happens. Press please, got a smart life, man, to celebrate my life, I come on with a top down.
Wyotingz After Dark, right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
Oh Lord, 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 this is me, the man, I'm in a laugh. Come here to represent the Wyotingz After Dark. Oh Lord, Lord, oh, Nationwide 90 FM, Zagazen.
Yo, you don't know this your boy QQ representing from Wyotingz After Dark. Keep it like QQ said that. Yeah.
Aye, watching the man Kareem Bwoyatingz. This is Tamoji representing. I'm gonna light a spliff and all a reasoning, bro.
Well, I don't know if the girl TC, I'm here for Bwoyatingz After Dark. Uncle.
I'm a Safa, the Sub-10 King.
I'm Alicia, the better half, and we are the Powells. And you're listening to
Wyotingz After Dark.
Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
Time is it? It's After Dark with Kareem Bwoyatingz. Nationwide 90 FM.
Yeah man, well this is Gram Smog and you don't know, bigging up Kareem Bwoyatingz After Dark. Play some sweet music for the people man, tired of things them seen. Rockers.
This is your boy Omi representing for Bwoyatingz After Dark on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm out.
We're talking about a sensation that runs the nation and every radio station. Bwoyatingz, the girls them king, the fastest man alive.
All right. DJ Jerome on the ones and twos there in a wonderful vibes up segment. Yeah, man, we in a vibe and all these things. I'm gonna say some people were have been rolling in late and all these things. I see Uriel Brown, I see Andrew Thomas, I see Anne Ramsey, I see Ricardo Porteos, I think I said Andrew Thomas already. I see Shaniel Bryan, Errol Townsend is also there on YouTube. I think I said Annie Smith, but we never say it already. I say it already, big up yourself, Annie. You understand? Double times and all these things, because I know I was there and I appreciate you all. I see Rocks My Socks on X, who is also late to class, but big up on herself. Also, happy birthday to Raifadon Lee. Lee was one of those members who's been here. Also, Bugsy there too. Bugsy, big up yourself, man. I see Kembella as well on X, big up yourself, Kembella. Raifadon Lee, Lee has been a part of our family for a couple of years. Yeah, he was with us over the old station. I think he was there back then. Can't remember. But I'm there for a long time. So Lee, blessings, more life, more love, more wife, more blessings, long life, prosperity, and all these things. You understand? Also to my little sister, happy birthday to you. She's 22 today. And I made a post on Twitter. I was kind of just thinking about it that, I remember actually when she was born, I won't state how old I was because I never calculate my age and all these things, you understand? But I remember like when she was being brought home for the first time. I remember when she started basic school. I remember her first steps. I saw them by myself first. Like she should walk in front of me first before she would walk in front of her mother and her father, you understand? Her first word, I heard it, she said it to me too. So I kind of feel like, I'm a girl and all these things. Remember when she started basic school, high school, graduated from high school. She's now in her final year in her degree, and I'm just so proud of her. When I know somebody really post my family and them because something else. So yeah, it's just not me. But I know my mom is listening, so when I like it, I go, get her the phone or something or the device. So happy birthday to you. I'm immensely proud of you. I know that I'm not the I am the overly protective brother, but it's just because I want the best for you and I know how cruel this world can be, and I just want you to state a problem. So enjoy your day. I know that you're gonna have a fantastic weekend. Remember to stay away from boys are gross, okay? Yes, don't have no boyfriend, at least something you're not ready for boyfriend yet, even if you're 22 or not, you're not ready for no boyfriend. But happy birthday to my sister. Yeah, so it's now time for, by the way, we have nationwide quiz going on. Come on, people. If you if you even did there, Gio kind of saw a glimpse.
I'll post it on X for you guys.
Oh, you reviewed it?
Yeah.
People, I'm not gonna tell. So the last time we had a quiz was 2022, and this time around, we're supposed to have it, grand and big outside, but because of the storm, we had to result in keeping it over the other studio. But it started today. Today was Cliff Hughes with Robian versus Siobhan and Tana, and Cliff Hughes and Robian won, by the way. So then tomorrow it's myself and Honeybee versus Ricardo and Dana David, the producer of Nationwide at 5. And then the winner for tomorrow, which is going to be us, obviously, will be playing in the final on Friday at 11 a.m. as well. So tomorrow, if you want to see the things, 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. right here on Nationwide 90 FM live on YouTube, or you can listen to it on the radio too. But today was very competitive. Like, it reached to a point where they had to... They were protesting a couple of the answers with the judge and the quizmaster, George Sylvester Davis. And it just so happened that Cliff and Robian, they won initially. But, the other team, they realized that a couple of the answers that they gave were marked incorrect, or because it was buzzers throughout all the rounds, so they kind of appealed a couple of things, and they gave them a couple more bonus questions. So Cliff, they make up being nice, them not putting them bonus, and them a thief him. It's very tense here at Nationwide. I don't speak to any of the people them who may go up against, you understand? Competitors, I don't talk to nobody. We can resume as co-workers and friends on Friday when we win. Yeah? So that's that. So you guys can tune in for that. I think those are all the updates. Yeah, I think so. Also, for the persons who donated to the Permacal Primary School, I just want to say thank you. I was supposed to present them a check last week Friday, but then I extended it to Monday, but then the rain, and they extended it to say, okay, today, but the school wasn't open yesterday or today, so we're going to hand over that check on Friday. So once again, thanks to each and every person that donated. I appreciate, and all these things, big up on yourself, you understand? Now, Giovanni Lewin, one of my producers, is here to tell us the story that buzzed. Well, Natalie need to big up herself, a producer, you understand? Because I won easy one, yeah? I'ma see them talk about things and yeah, you understand? Because them read news, them feel like say them know what going on in the country, yeah? Ricardo Porteous, I see you talking to your one bag tongues over there. I don't really understand nothing, but I'm just say all the best, Kyle, and I appreciate it. Yeah, Gio, take it away.
All right, Night Things Nation, it's time for the What's Buzzing news, and the first What's Buzzing topic is Caribbean Americans express disappointment over Trump's presidential victory. Caribbean Americans in New York have voiced deep frustrations following Donald Trump's return to presidency, defeating Kamala Harris in a hard-fought race. Trump claimed victory with 277 Electoral College votes by winning key swing states, while Harris received 224 votes. New York State Senator Roxanne Prasad, originally from Guyana, commented, quote, "America is not ready for a woman president," unquote, calling Harris the, quote, "best qualified candidate," and labeling her defeat as, quote, "misogyny and a shame." Brooklyn community members expressed disbelief and concern about the new nation's direction under Trump. Jamaican-born activist Delroy Wright criticized Trump's quote-unquote sound bites and lack of comprehensive plan, adding that Kamala Harris had outlined clear policies. Wright lamented that Trump, who previously mismanaged the COVID-19 pandemic and damaged the economy, would again inherit a stable economy, fearing that he might tank it once more. Meanwhile, Brooklyn lawyer Benjamin Pinchweski noted that, quote, white America was enraged over the fact that Obama was elected president, attributing Trump's victory partly to residual racial and cultural biases. Others, like adjunct professor Martin Felix and community worker Cheryl Ann Mason Haywood, emphasized the need for resistance and unity. Felix warned of a challenging road ahead given Republican control of both the Congress and the presidency, while Mason Haywood encouraged renewed commitment to building inclusive communities. Murad Awade, CEO of New York Immigration Coalition, echoed the sentiment, vowing to fight Trump's anti-immigrant policies, stating, quote, "We stopped him before and we will stop him again," unquote.
I'm tired of talking about this. It's not even 24 hours. It's an unfortunate thing that happened. It's so unfortunate that this man is the president of the United States. Once again, he was the 45th, now he's the 47th. And it's just so unfortunate that Americans and people who had a vote in America failed America. And for me, whatever it is that's coming your way, well, the persons who voted for him obviously deserves it. He possibly, you know, he could just be a great president. We really just don't know. You know, like this time around, he could just be a good president. I just don't see it happening, but I sure just hope that for the persons whom believed that, you know, I'm going to vote for this man because of what he stands for, which is basically nothing, but fine. You know, I do hope that you're not disappointed at the end of the 4 years. If we survive to be here 4 years time, I think we have a lapse of memory. I feel like we don't remember what it was like when he was the president of the United States, what especially black Americans, well, people of color went through, like every systematic oppression and the killing of black men just walking to the store. And you know, let me just not get emotional again, because last night I was on a space and I was almost losing it. I just couldn't believe it. And you know, we've seen the numbers, and a lot of people are calling it voters apathy, but to be honest, I don't really think it is. The number of persons as it relates to the previous election in 2020 to now, 15 to 20 million people did not vote. Based on what I'm seeing on social media, a lot of people are, oh my God, I thought she was going to win, so I didn't think that my vote mattered. Oh my God, foolishness. And I'm just like, don't you dare sit down and allow anyone else to decide what your future should look like. And it's just sad all around. It's sad. I'm disappointed in the numbers that I'm seeing. The Latino community after seeing and hearing, you know what? Wish you all the best.
Just to note, you know, this morning his press secretary, or who is to be his press secretary, came on, I'm not sure if it was CNN or ABC or Fox, one of those news outlets, and stated that one of his first things that he's going to be doing as soon as he gets into the Oval Office is to get the largest deportation exercise that America has ever seen before. He's going to, quote unquote, get rid of all the illegal immigrants. That is his one of his first mandates that he will be exacting. What he said when he was
running, like this was a message on his campaign trail. Like this was a message at a lot of his rallies and conferences. Like, we have to understand. I want us to remember that a leopard oftentimes never ever changes its spots. Donald Trump is exactly who he was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I've not seen any growth, but if you see growth, then only see it, but I've not seen any. The racism commends, the support of racism from the 70s up until the 80s, up until the 90s, up until 2000. Central Park 5, like there's so many things. Like, he's a convicted felon, for Christ's sake. He was impeached, for Christ's sake. Like,
twice.
Oh no.
Twice impeached.
Oh my God. And I asked this question. I'm not gonna move on from this right now because I'm kind of tired of talking about it. I asked this question on the E-Zone today, and I said, if Diddy was released and Diddy being a convicted felon, say he was charged, whatever the case is, being released, never really served no jail time, he's a convicted felon, a black man, he's a billionaire, Trump is a billionaire, he's a businessman, Trump is a businessman. Would you guys have voted for a black convicted felon? I doubt you would have. As a matter of fact, a black convicted felon wouldn't even have a chance to be the party nominee, Democrat or Republican. That's just a fact, right? We allow, and for the Jamaicans who voted for Donald Trump, I was in a space last night and some people were explaining why they voted for him. None of which, by the way, had any everybody danced around it in circles explaining why they voted for him. And for me, your vote is your vote in the car. We have to tell people to vote. So I would never ever tell you that you shouldn't have voted for this person, but I was just trying to understand. No one gave us a response that made any sense. One person said Kamala is just not an eloquent speaker, and I'm just like, and Donald Trump is okay, cool. One person said them never really see her personality enough, like, and her character, and I'm like, yes, but you've seen
it's
enough
always
of Trump.
on her, and
Right.
it's never on him.
But then I'm saying, but then you've seen enough of Trump's though, so fine. If that's what you're saying, but you've seen enough of Trump's, but you still went ahead and voted for him. Okay, cool. One person said she doesn't have any policies, and I'm just like, okay. The next person said, oh, she's been VP for 4 years and she didn't do anything, and I'm just like, okay, but show me which vice president has done anything in their vice presidency. As a vice president, you shake hands, you smile, you take photographs. You agree with whatever the president is going to do. But you don't watch enough president show. But then I read. What change could a vice president? What can you really do? I have to agree with what you're saying because it's your country. I'm just your sidekick. Like, what am I going to say to, even if it is, you don't even know if behind the scenes she was saying to a lot of these things that Biden wanted to do. I don't really agree with that. What is she supposed to do? Come out to the media and say, I'm trying to understand if you guys have just gotten the internet, because a lot of the things that you're even saying, oh my gosh, she locked up 1,000 people, black people. Google it. That is a farce. That is not true. It's right on Google. It is not true. And I'm trying to understand. So when you're going to say that, okay, so we're going to talk, you know what? Can we move on? All I'm saying is congratulations to him. He's the president of the United States of America. What are we going to do about it? Some people never vote, and some people decided that they were going to vote for him. And the 20+% of black men who also voted for him. Okay. I remember saying in the space last night, it's always the people, not everybody, by the way, because some people really did them research, and upon researching, they realized that they still want to vote for him, and that is okay. A lot of people, they've just not done any research, yeah? And I remember just saying in the space last night, because once again, they were just dancing around their reason for voting for him. Jamaican people, by the way. And I remember just thinking about it, and I'm just like, you know, I feel like we still think that we're in slavery. Like, we still want to please massa so much. We still want the validation and acceptance of the white man so much that we will literally throw out our morals through the window, right? And our belief system just to say, hey, accept me, here I am. Like, we're still in that mindset, and it's just so crazy because it's 2024, hundreds of years later, out of slavery, we're still there. Majority of the people, well, a couple that we're speaking last night, I see a trend. And by the way, I lived in a red state. I lived in a predominantly white county. Perhaps I am maybe one of 10 persons who maybe in my county when I voted last week, who voted for the Democrats. But let me say, the people who have these white friends, sometimes they want to be like accepted so bad, and they take on this valley girl, valley boy voice, and oh my god, yeah. And it's always the hard wig, soft life people. It's always the, I just take my wig out of the bin and just put it on my head. It's always I take my wig under the bed and just throw it on. It's always the, you know, let us go have a mocha. Oh my god. It's always them. It's always them. It's always them whom they really think that they're accepted. And let me tell you something. Just like in Jamaica, where even if you acquire money, and we've seen it with Bolt, we've seen it with a lot of people, uptown people never accept you if you are not a part of them.
Yeah.
If you never used to go to swimming class and piano lessons with them, and they are prep school with them, they will never accept you, no matter how much money you have. You have to ban in it. And somehow we were always try to run down to be like them and to speak like them and to be accepted by them. Subconsciously as well. And I can tell you, they will never accept you. Never. Because they will always look at you as somebody who come up here in our place.
You'll always be less than.
And that's what you will be to a lot of these people that you're surrounding yourselves with. But once again, I wish you guys all the best. I'll be right here. You understand?
Yeah.
And if the army call me, yeah, so I'll just leave that. Yeah. But anyways,
Equatorial Guinea, Vice President warns civil servants of severe measures over leaked explicit videos.
Him too sexy, man. Him too sexy. Like, I feel like him a sex for the whole country. Like, sir, please, at some point, Put in your body parts. Like, why you want hours of sex sauce? Oh, you thirsty so? Like, what? Over 400 videos? That is crazy to me. So, He never done no work. When you find time for your 6 kids and your wife? Anyways, go on in that story. Go ahead. Go on.
Equatorial Guinea's Vice President Teodoro Obiang Mangu has vowed to take severe measures against civil servants caught engaging in sexual activities at their workplaces after a series of explicit videos involving high-ranking official Baltasar Ebang Ngoga went viral. The videos reportedly show Ngoga with various women, including wives of prominent officials in his office, sparking a major scandal. Mangu's statement on Tuesday condemned the acts, noting that the videos, which circulated widely online, have quote-unquote denigrated the image of the country. The vice president called for a full investigation, signaling a crackdown on misconduct within the government. The videos emerged following Ngoga's arrest on several separate corruption charges, according to state-run TVGE, further fueling public outrage. The scandal has dominated online discussions globally, especially on X, with many in Equatorial Guinea expressing anger and disappointment over the behavior of high-ranking officials. The vice president's remarks and promise of action appear to be aimed at restoring public confidence and addressing the backlash as Mangu seeks to curb both ethical and professional misconduct within the country's civil service.
Again, where does he find so much time to have sex with multiple different people? It is crazy to me. May I try to understand it? Like, what kind of strength, what kind of food they eat over there in the Guinea? Like I would like to know. Like, please to tell me. I just want the strength to work.
I like a spirulina, man.
Well, I need it for work. Let me not want it for sex, because sex could have stayed. But I want it to work and to do all the things that I would love to do. Since we're talking about fears tonight, yeah, my fears, I don't have enough time to accomplish what I want to accomplish. So if him can give me some energy, me that take it. Because we have sex on the counter, on the fridge, on the copy machine. Like, excuse me?
And all 400 plus encounters have been videographed.
He might have well for space though. What kind of device him have though? Wow. You can think of it.
I think Apple probably inside.
Have you seen the videos books? Books in to them. Well, I'm gonna show you some books during the break. But this is crazy. Have you seen it? Oh yes, you did see them yesterday.
Only one.
Okay. Have you seen them?
I saw one.
I feel like his wife needs to just it's time to go, Charles. It's just time for you to pack your things. You can see the kids on weekends. You can take them on in holidays. Yeah, I'm not going to even, no, please, Charles, just get it together.
Man had sex with pregnant woman.
He had sex allegedly with his lawyer's wife and his brother's wife.
And his little sister's friends.
Bro, you are addicted. This is an addiction and you need help, bro. And I know it's laughable and it's comical, but at surface, like when you really go down, not going down. Keep going down too. But when you really look into it, not look into it. When you really, oh my God, when you really pre the levels of what's happening, that this is an addiction. I think his assistant or his secretary, him not taking a call for the day. Like, there's no call, there's no work being done, there's no work meeting, there's no emails. Like, I feel like I sheeted him all jobs. Every single job that he has, I sheeted him. Because we find the time.
Or he has excellent time management skills. That could be the case.
Aren't your body parts hurting after a while, after having so much sex? I don't know. I tell people all the time, I am celibate because I think I've done enough in my younger time. No sex is nothing to me, But you're big on old, sir. Put on spend some time with the kids. Take them to dance lessons. Do something valuable with your time, trying to contribute to your country. Something. I don't know. Nice. You can't got sex Olympics, though. That's how I know. Anyways, we're gonna take a break.
Informative, educational, insightful. Let's talk justice. tackling topics like constitutional rights and reform, domestic violence, and rights issues that affect you. Let's Talk Justice every Monday from 1 to 2 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM. Call in, share your thoughts, be empowered, know your rights, and let's talk justice, ensuring access to justice for all, courtesy of Jamaicans for Justice.
Are you ready to turn your sales and marketing skills into high earnings? Nationwide 90 FM is searching for business development executives to help us grow our business and build lasting client relationships. If you have experience across all stages of the sales cycle and possess strong communication, negotiation, and time management skills with a proven sales track record, this opportunity is perfect for you. Join our team and work with the top corporate brands, media agencies, and of course, our on-air personalities. Enjoy networking opportunities, professional growth, and competitive commissions. Ready to take the next step? Send your resume to hr@nationwidenewsnetwork.com today.
If it's in the public's interest, it's the nation's business during Nationwide at 5. The nation's business.
Public opinion. Stop this foolish about this GLP and PMP business. We are Jamaican. Different people.
It's not a matter of a JLP or a PMP. I think it's more like where it is that you think you're comfortable, what support you can afford to make the country better.
Different views.
Most entertainers, they're not amenable to management, so the only thing that can ultimately structure them is the court and the prison.
Public opinion. The voice of the people at 6:25 p.m. weekdays during Nationwide at 5. Tune into Nationwide at 6:25 p.m. for Public Opinion, where the people's views matter.
Public Opinion is brought to you by Cleasing Industrial Supplies Limited, Industrial Automation and Control Solutions.
Hi there. Here's some good news for these trying times. Quote, by God's word, I can see where I'm going. They throw a beam of light on my dark path. Unquote. Psalm 119, verse 105. Listen for God's word weekdays at 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. through
Oasis. Stop by for a refreshing drink and share a God perspective for the day.
Oasis. Weekdays 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. right here on Nationwide, a revolution in media.
The rebroadcast of the Oasis can be heard weekdays at 5:45 a.m.
This is your boy Omi representing for Bwoyatingz After Dark on Nationwide 90 FM.
Yeah man, well this is Graham Smog and you don't know, bigging up Kareem, Bwoyatingz After Dark. Play some sweet music for the people them and talk the things them seeing. Rockers.
All right. Now, in our Panda Coach feature tonight is a repeat offender. Zena is here. Good night.
Good night.
Is this your third time?
Yes, my
third
time.
Well, at the station.
Yes.
So you came on Bwoyatingz twice.
Yes.
And then on the E-Zone once.
Yeah.
Use a regular now. Now, she just dropped the music video for her amazing single Attention yesterday. And we just had to show you guys these sexy, beautiful visuals to match the soothing, smooth voice. Now, if you guys remember, she performed here before and Wendell said, Jesus Christ, bring her back. She can't sing. She's so nice and all these things. So we had to get her on. Come and tell her it's any time to drop nothing. Any new updates. This is her home. She can come and promote and all these things. You understand? That's what I'm here for.
Give thanks.
So we have some clips of the music video. We're going to just play it right now. This is Zena, Attention.
deeply desired. And when I attain, I'm fully inspired. Feels like a blooming from the inside, like a baby from the womb outside. For the first time, craving a mother's embrace, the smile upon our face. It's your attention. All of your affection. Forward in my direction. Give me all of your attention. Oh, you don't understand how much.
Zena, explain this sensual video here. I never expected this. So just tell us about the inspiration behind the visuals for the music video.
All right, so really and truly, I just recently started working with some new people, new management, and the whole team is out. So this one was directed and shot by a man named Steven, Stevie. So big up yourself, Stevie, anywhere you are right now. And it was his idea to do all of this, roses kind of vibe, because they wanted it to be like a similar vibe to what I intended it to be first, initially with the roses and all of that, you see on the artwork.
Right.
So we kind of wanted it to kind of be, sultry and soft, just like that, a similar vibe.
Okay, nice. And people can go view this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Where can they go to find it?
Well, if you go on my Instagram, which is I am Zena, you can find the link in my bio. Or if you go on my YouTube page, Zena, Zhayna, you can find it as well.
I like the layers of flowers and all of the femininity that we're seeing, and it just look, I don't know, soft and soft life and all these things. I like the video. I like it. What's the reception been like since you've released it?
It's been really good. Really, really good. Everybody loves it, and it's almost as if I released the song all over again.
Yeah.
It's getting so much traction right now. Of course, it could be more because, I'm an upcoming artist and everything. So, But so far, it's been really, really good. We're still working on promoting it some more.
Yes.
And we just hope that it will grow from there.
Well, it shall grow, hopefully. I must say, all right, firstly, I've been realizing this trend, and I've spoken about it on the E-Zone, right? That, before, like, release dates, even though this is not like a release,
yeah,
it's just a release of the visuals. But the release day is a Friday. I realized enough artists just are dropping at the middle of the week, and then something. I realized Massacre drop a couple of tracks. I realized Junior Gang drop a track the other day, like a Wednesday, like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Is this a new thing happening?
Can't be too predictable, can't be too common,
Yeah.
You have to be different.
Have to be different. Okay. Now, you do have other tracks, yeah? So do you plan to release other visuals?
Yes, I have more visuals coming very soon. So everybody just stay tuned for that. Trust me. You're not going to want to miss it.
You've already shot those videos?
Not yet, but in the making.
Okay, and you stated that you have new management and all these things now. So if people want to reach out to your management, how can they do so?
Okay, so you can actually send an email to my email, which is iamzenafrance@gmail.com. Or I can't, to be honest, I can't even really remember because it's so new right now. But it's sanderson@article.com.
Okay.
As far as I can remember.
Well, congrats on the new, visual. Congrats on the new management. I support, like a new start. I love me a new start.
Yes.
One thing about me, like, if I feel like something is just not working anymore, it's just time for a new start. I feel like first day of school, you're excited. So congrats on that. Now, what's next for you? Like, any performances, any other singles that you're planning to release?
Yes, always working on new music. I have to keep the ball rolling. I have a couple of performances coming up. I have some performances in December time and January coming up as well. So you just have to look out for it. Big show keeping soon. So just keep up with me. Keep up with my Instagram especially. Yeah.
And once again, just remind them how they can find you on social media.
So my handle is I am Zena. That's I am Zhayna.
Yes, I am Zena. Now we're going to throw things over to DJ Jerome because Zena will be performing, yes?
Yes.
What will you be performing first?
I can perform this song first.
Oh, attention. Yeah, man.
And then give you something new.
And get sit there. So she's going to perform on the couch. You know, she's a regular here by now. She knows what to do.
Yeah.
All right, we'll throw things back to DJ Jerome. And then next, we're going to hear from Zena. Want to sound a love off her voice and all these things. Well, she's here, okay? The talented one, talented Zena on the couch next.
What time is it? It's After Dark with Kareem, Bwoyatingz, Nationwide 90 FM. Yes.
Hey, QQ represent for the big bad Bwoyatingz After Dark. Keep it black, QQ, fully endorse. You hear that? Boom.
Aye, watch on the man Kareem Bwoyatingz. This is Tamoji representing. I'm like a lighter spliff and all the reasoning, bro.
This is your boy Omi representing for Bwoyatingz After Dark on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm out. Tonight me gonna lock you down. I'm gonna discipline ya. You feel me? Ciao. This is your boy Omi representing for Bwoyatingz After Dark on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm out.
Yeah. You don't know say young as representing for Kareem Bwoyatingz.
It's your girl Tananya and you are listening to Bwoyatingz After Dark. Big up yourself, Kareem.
After trees, after tree, Bwoyatingz After Dark is the place to be. Yeah, you don't know, say this is the voice of Jazzelis representing for Bwoyatingz After Dark.
Kareem, you're blessed. Yeah. Nationwide 90 FM After Dark. Ha. Yeah man, well, this is Graham Smog and you don't know, bigging up Kareem Bwoyatingz After Dark. Play some sweet music for the people them and talk the things them seen. Rockers.
You're talking about a sensation that runs the nation and every radio station. Bwoyatingz. The girls them king. The fastest man alive. We wouldn't crash in bush. You mean?
Nationwide 90 FM. Nationwide 90 FM. 90 FM. 90 FM.
And as promised, here she is, Zena, performing Attention.
Looking for something greatly desired. Yeah, and when I attain, I'm fully inspired. It feels like a blooming from the inside, like a baby from the womb outside. For the first time, craving a mother's embrace, the smile upon our face. It's your attention. All of your affection forward in my direction. Give me all of your attention. Oh, you don't understand how much it means. You trying to be a man, it seems. But I don't know that I needed some energy. CM energy reciprocated. Give it to me, baby, and let me live, in your head, please, rent free. That is my dream, anticipated. You'd keep me waiting. Wish you would make it your duty to give me your attention. All of your affection. Oh, forward in my direction. And give me all of your attention. Oh, I'm dying slowly. I'm crying lonely. Don't you notice? Don't you notice? I'm dying slowly. See, I'm crying lonely. Don't you notice? No, you notice. You notice. Oh, attention. Oh, all of your affection. Forward in my direction. And give me your attention. Attention. All of your attention.
Always. Are you gonna sing something else for us?
Yes, I'll do one more song.
Okay.
One I haven't done here, I don't think. I don't think I've done this one before.
What's the name of this one?
This one is called I Love the Way.
I Love the Way.
Yes.
Well, take it away, Zena. Jeez.
And this is for that one person that, you love out there, yeah? Or make you feel happy, make you feel nice. The person that you want to give your attention to, yeah? You do it without even trying. It's just your natural vibe to put a smile up on my face in a way I can't describe. How do you do it? So effortlessly easy, so cool and full of charm. You know just how to please me. Baby, I love the way. Baby, I love the way. You do it so easy. You make me happy. Baby, I love the way. Baby, I love the way. You do it so easy. You make me happy. Eyes that read my very soul, see the depth of stories untold. Your lips, a gentle reminder. No kind of words have been unfolded. How do you do it? I love the way you squeeze me, so warm when I am in your arms. Your aura fresh and breezy. Baby, I love the way. Baby, I love the way. You do it so easy. You make me happy. Baby, I love the way. Baby, I love the way. You do it so easy. You make me happy. Eloquent and fervent, call me in my turbulence. Consistent and resilient, you mark my heart in permanence. I love the way you just know what to do. Magnificent, true, can't replace you. Overdosed on you, give my toast to you. This is how I say that I love you. There's just something about you, so calm, and you are in my storm, baby. Your love is so true.
love is not true. Baby, I love the way. Baby, I love the way you do it so easy. You make me happy. Baby, I love the way. Baby, I love the way you do it so easy. You make me. Baby, I love the way. Baby, I love the way you do it so easy. You make me happy.
Wow. Jesus
Thank
of His
you.
mercy. For everybody asking how you can find the songs, just type in ZhaYna. Zena, thank you so much. Always fantastic voice. But no, people don't want to say how far she did on the mic a while ago. The mic never the upper said that. She did far on the mic. A talent. All right. Over to DJ Jerome on the ones and twos. All right. Once again, guys, you can go ahead and find her on all social media platforms. You can go stream the music. You can go watch the videos. Her name is spelled ZhaYna. You understand? Now, for our topic of the night, as I've said earlier, we're talking about your biggest fears tonight. And we're not talking about dopey. We're not talking about the supernatural. We're actually talking about the fears that keep a lot of us up at night. That fears that is like a gripping feeling in your belly. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, Jesus have His mercy, I want this to work out. And it's the things that we're really and truly, it's the fears that comes with the fears that come with growing up and with chasing dreams and navigating relationships and just facing the inevitable. And, sometimes on this show it can get very frivolous, but you don't know already, it's a very diverse show. We talk about everything around here, and I just want us to have a very honest conversation, because I find it that, Jerome, like for me, right? At the end of the year, and like therapists will call it like seasonal depression, where like seasonal, you get depressed like summers or like the holiday seasons, particularly for me, it's not really depression anymore, but it's just more so of I'm thinking if I've accomplished everything that I've said I wanted to do for the year. It's coming to the end of the year. It's the last quarter. I'm always at the last quarter, the final inning, listen. You see me? And you kind of look at it like, all right, somebody want to save, how much money I save? Like, somebody want to buy one new phone. Somebody want to buy a car. Somebody want to pay off my loans. Like, I said I wanted to graduate. I said I wanted a promotion. I like these things that you're thinking about the end of the year. So that's why I want all of us guys, as much as possible, you know, it's a safe space. And if you don't want to put it on the internet, you want to call in, you can call in to please and thank you. I would like to, you know, for all of us to just be very honest, very candid, you see me? And just kind of break away from these unrealistic expectations that we're going to always have it all together. All the way, no matter how rich the person may be, have challenges. You know, it's why one thing about life I got life, you know.
Yeah, life in.
Life I got life, boy.
Yes,
You see me? And you know, for me, it's more so of, you know, when we do talk about things like these, sometimes it's like you vent and, you know, really, you know, kind of get it off your chest and all these things. So tonight, that's what we're talking about. And once again, guys, if you're on YouTube, just drop some comments. If you're on Twitter, I beg you to just use the hashtag and answer the question of the night. What was your biggest fear growing up? Now, that's the question of the night for YouTubers. Or if you want to call us, you can call us 876-630-9371 to 876-618-8255. Now, as we drift away from the Halloween's ghosts and goblins into the heartwarming glow of the Christmas season, it feels like the perfect time to shift gears and talk about the deeper fears that linger beneath the surface year-round. Your biggest fears aren't the typical monsters under the bed or the haunted house horrors. They're personal, often unspoken fears that follow us, and most time evolve into adulthood. The anxieties that sneak in when the lights are off, the worries that stay tucked away behind everyday smiles, and the unsettling uncertainties we rarely voice. Adulthood fears go beyond surface level. Think about it. The fear of failing, of losing people we love, of reaching for big dreams and falling short. These are the real life fears that keep us tossing and turning at night, not because they're scary in the traditional sense, but because they hit where it hurts the most. Our ambitions, our relationships, and our fragile sense of what the future might hold. These fears aren't just passing thoughts. They're the kind that sit at the crossroads of who we are and who we're trying to become. So let's dig into these big, complex feelings and share some stories and feel even a little comfort in knowing that we're not alone in facing them. Now on the phone lines, we have Professor Abel, who is the head of community health and psychiatry in the Faculty of Medical Sciences at the University of the West Indies, Mona, Jamaica. He received his Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery, Diploma and Doctor of Medicine from the UAE, Mona, Jamaica, and a Master of Public Health from Johns Hopkins University. The Hubert Humphrey Scholar is a lecturer in the Department of Psychiatry at UAE Mona and a prolific researcher in several key areas. Now, a strong proponent of community mental health, Dr. Abel is a member of the UAE COVID-19 Task Force. Welcome to the show again, Dr. Abel. Good night. How are you doing? Dr. Abel, are you hearing me? All right. So whilst we try and get that figured out, in the meantime, Jerome, if you had to just pinpoint something just for right now, what was one of your biggest fears like as a child growing up?
Biggest fear was not accomplishing my
goals,
set goals that I have.
Why?
One of the biggest fears.
Yeah, but as you get older, like, do you find a sense of solace in just knowing that you don't have to get it all together at like right now?
Yeah, since I have experienced life itself in general, I've realized that nothing happened before the time.
Yeah, like for me, I am of like maybe for the past couple of years, 2, 3, 4 years, I've come to terms with just understand that everything happens for a reason. Exactly. And if I was supposed to have these things, then I would have had them. You would have them. Right? And if I was supposed to accomplish these things right now, because I am a very spiritual person.
Yeah.
No matter what I say, Michaelis, very, very spiritual, right? So I always say that if it is that God would like me to have these things, then I would have had them. If it is that God would like me to accomplish these things right now. You know the funny thing about it, because for me, I do a lot of introspection, right? So when I don't accomplish something like in a time frame that I would have wanted to, when I do accomplish it, I realize that in the time that I think that I wanted it, I wasn't ready for it. I always realize that this age-old saying of, Delayed, not denied. It's so true.
Yeah, I can't imagine a couple scenarios right now. Like sometimes, you believe in like law of attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's but it's real.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's real.
It is real. But we're going to continue this discussion, and we still have Professor Abel on the line. But we're going to take a quick break as it's now 9:30 and come back with the discussion.
We're your partner in color, over 30 years strong, serving Jamaica beautifully, changing lives and leading the revolution with quality products innovated for when you need a superior finish. Edge campaigns are trusted, loved, and used by experts in the business of automotive, industrial, decorative, and furniture. We have the blueprint to help you create, vibe, and live life beautifully. EdgeChem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time.
Life gets busy. From work to play. But don't forget your health check.
The NHF card now offers discounts on PSA tests and pap smears to help check for prostate and cervical cancer. Women 21 and over get a subsidy for pap smears every 3 years.
And men 40 and over receive an annual subsidy for PSA tests. Get your NHF card today.
The NHF is here for health. The NHF is here for you.
Are you ready to turn your sales and marketing skills into high earnings? Nationwide 90 FM is searching for business development executives to build lasting client relationships. If you have experience across all stages of the sales cycle and possess strong communication, negotiation, and time management skills with a proven sales track record, this opportunity is perfect for you. Join our team and work with the top corporate brands, media agencies, and of course, our on-air personalities. Enjoy networking opportunities, professional growth, and competitive commissions. Ready to take the next step? Send your resume to hr@nationwidenewsnetwork.com today.
Alright, welcome back to Wwoyatingz After Dark. And right before the break, tonight's topic is about our biggest fears. And I want us to just all be honest and just, talk as a big family and things like that and share. But before we go into the calls, we still have Dr. Wendell Abel on the phone lines. Dr. Abel, good night. How are you doing? Hello? Dr. Abel?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Hearing you loud and clear now. How are you?
Sure. I'm okay.
Well, welcome back to the show again. Fears is a thing that I realize that a lot of us try not to deal with. Why do you think so?
Well, earlier you mentioned two emotions, fear and anxiety. They are emotions.
Yes.
It's just that sometimes these emotions are associated with unpleasant experiences, and they also may cause some amount of discomfort. But they are what they are. They are emotions, and it's important for us to recognize that in much the same way a car runs on fuel, human beings run on emotion. So emotions are normal and natural.
Yes.
Yeah? And so we must not fear fear, and we must not fear anxiety. In fact, they can have a positive effect because a lot of times they serve to inform us of possible danger, challenges, and most of all, suggest to us that we should take action. So these are emotions that have survival function. That's why we have them.
Yes.
The problem with these emotions, it's when they become protracted. They just last for a long time, and they begin to affect our mental health, probably cause us to go into depression. They may affect our physical health, or sometimes they affect our relationships, affect our work life, our school life. That's when it becomes problematic. But it's important that we recognize that emotions actually can serve a positive purpose in life.
Right. And I'm glad that you touched on our mental health, because that was going to be my next question. A lot of us, especially my generation, we're getting old. Well, we're all getting older, but my generation, we feel like the clock is running out and we have to accomplish these things, and because of social media nowadays and we're comparing every single thing. So how does the fear of failure affect our mental health and self-esteem, and also what can people do to break free from the fear of failure mindset?
Well, I chuckle a little bit because one of the things that you learn in your youth is that as young people, and I know quite a few young people are listening, that part of life experience and part of growing up is failing, because we learn from failures. Yes? But and how we deal with failure is important, because we need to remind ourselves that great men, yes, bounce back from defeat every day. Yeah? But some of us come into life with a lot of high expectations that are problems, sometimes unrealistic expectations that are set by families, by the society at large, by our wider community, whether it's a community of faith like church or your community or your workplace. And these expectations sell us a narrative that you must have a certain type of car by age such and such. You must have a house by this time. You must have your degree at this time. You must get married at this time. And you must have children at this time. And what we all need to know is it's very important that we don't compare ourselves in life. Yes? In life.
Yes.
One, and that we learn to recognize that we're all at different stages of development. We're from different backgrounds. We have different resources at our disposal at a particular time. We may have different opportunities in life. And it's important that we learn to manage our expectations, right? Because sometimes, as I said before, it's the unrealistic expectations, and sometimes the high pressure that society places on us that allow people to get overly anxious and fearful and so on. Because guess what? The important thing in life is that life presents tremendous opportunities every day, despite what might have happened in the past. Let's take, for example, study. You're 28 and you probably have not progressed in your study as you set out. It's one of the things you have to do is step back and learn to practice gratitude, look back at your life and say, but despite that, these are some of the achievements I've made in my life, and I've been able to get a job, take care of my family, my mother who looked after me, depending on your particular situation.
Yes.
Been able to send my brothers and sisters to school, and now I'm probably in my 30s. Life is probably giving me this opportunity just at this point to pursue my study. You may be in your late 30s and you realize that you've not been able to get into a serious relationship. But yes, despite that, you might have completed your education, and you have a secure job, or you're about to get a job. Again, manage your expectations and be realistic, and just learn to count your blessings. I think one of the problems with life too is that we sometimes too often compare ourselves with other persons, yes? And it's very important for us to learn from our athletes, yes? One of the things they tell us all the time, learn to run your own race. The moment you start turning to the left in the race, or turning to the right, or worse, looking behind you, you have lost that race.
I'm glad you kind of touched on that, because, Doc, there's this thing where a lot of people are going through this, and I was, speaking to a friend of mine the other day who, life has blessed immensely, yeah? And it's, well, I think I'm never going to school for this, but, for me, you touched on a sense of gratitude. And I remember the person was just complaining about, some things that were happening currently. And I remember saying to the person, whilst we always want to achieve more, it's human nature for us to have ambition, yeah? And to want to, have these goals and to tick off our bucket list of things that we set out to achieve for the year. why can't we? Because this person, is, as I've said, has been blessed, yeah? And I said to the person, can you look back on your life where you were last year and the opportunities that God and the universe and life has presented to you in the span of 6 to 12 months? Why not focus on all the things that you have right now that you didn't have a year ago? And whilst you may be disappointed or demotivated as to what you would have wanted to achieve currently, let us just now think about where you're coming from, what you've achieved, and okay, fine, this is a stumbling block, but I'm going to just get up and brush off. Why do you think that sometimes we can't just accept what it is right now and have this sense of gratitude? We're constantly thinking about the things that are going wrong and not the things that are actually going right for us.
Well, it's because of how our world is structured, yes, where we tend to look at things through deficit focus lens rather than through opportunity focus lens, you know, or achievement focus lens, you know. So there's a tendency for us to only look at the things that go wrong rather than just looking at the many things that happen positively in our lives, you know. So remember, you know, just remind us, learn to practice gratitude and be grateful for the simple things and the simple progress that you would have made in life. Another important thing for us is that we need to learn to show grace and compassion to ourselves.
Yes.
You know, don't be hard on yourself. Don't be rough on yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. Show grace and compassion. Yes. And I often tell people, you know, and it's something that males and females can practice, that every now and then you have to pause and give yourself what we call the butterfly hug. You take your right hand, and whoever is listening now can do it, and put over your left shoulder. Take your left hand, put over your right shoulder, and just pat yourself on the shoulder and let your hands move like the wings of a butterfly. And it's just a way of just learning to just be gentle with yourself, soothe yourself, ground yourself, and just remind yourself that I have done my best. Yes. Because we in this highly competitive world where people are constantly comparing themselves, which it generates a lot of anxiety and fear. And we just have to pause and as we run our race to just show grace and compassion to ourselves and just be gentle.
Love that tip. Also, can you just tell us, like, what are some signs that fear has become now a detrimental part of someone's life, yeah? And when is this time for you to go and seek professional help?
You know, well, before I touch it, there's an important point I want to make, especially to your young listeners. Well, as you get older, one of the things we recognize in life, and I'm glad a generation is emerging, they're paying less attention to the material things, to the things. The things, you know, the clothes, the things, the furniture, the things,
Yes.
And you realize that people who are successful and happy in life place less emphasis on things. You know, as a friend of mine said, the things, too much things, yes?
Things, yes.
And what we must do is place more emphasis on experiences. If you work hard, you have some funds, instead of taking it to buy things. And after a while, you get tired of them and you realize things don't really make you happy. You invest it in relationships, friendship, yes? Take somebody out to dinner or to go and have a drink or invite somebody to church. I realize you're a very spiritual person, right? And we derive greater happiness and joy through social connections and through shared experiences, yes?
Yes.
But let me go back to the question you asked in terms of how does fear affect us. When fear overwhelms us, it can literally cripple us, and we lose that ability to act because you're so fearful, you think the worst is going to happen. You start to think, what we call catastrophic way.
Yes.
The worst possible outcome is going to occur. And then when you begin to think like that, you literally become afraid. You get anxious and you're afraid to take action. You don't want to try. You don't want to even try to go back to school or to go and, because you think you may fail, or you don't want to go and learn to drive because you think you may have a bad accident. You don't want to enter into a relationship because you might have had bad relationships in the past. And you're afraid to go into a healthy, supportive relationship. Yes. So it prevents us from acting. Yes. And you see it, somebody who I look at, I like athletics, so I pull my examples from that. You see athletes, they run in the race, and they begin to look at other people probably coming close on them, and then they overcome by anxiety and fear, and they pull up in the race.
Yes.
With disastrous outcome, and it's that emotion that has affected their physical body, and they begin to have cramps and that sort of thing. That's what fear does, yes? And it creates it can affect our physical health. As I say, it affects our relationships, and it can even affect how we function at work, because we're afraid now to act. We're afraid to take chances. Part of life is taking chances, and especially calculated risk. Yes, we think about. You look at your options and you say, "Look, I'm not going to take this route or go this way, but I'll go that way." And you worked it out and you thought it through. When you're fearful, you don't act. Yes. But when you're more confident and you manage your fear, you're going to act. You're going to try something, right? And in trying something, you realize that more often than not it works, but sometimes it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, you look at it, you reframe the experience. You look at it in a positive way and say, this might not have worked out, but you be compassionate with yourself and you say, I thought about it, I did my best. But this was the outcome. Life is like that. But something I would have learned from it, and that learning is a lifelong lesson, right? That you'll be able to, that will guide you in life, and you'll also be able to guide other people in the process.
Wow!
So we shouldn't allow ourselves to be overcome by fear. What we need to do is to develop a sense of self-confidence. Don't be overcome by fear of failure. Part of life is failing, yes? But the important thing in life is just that ability to pick up yourself and to move on.
And I think that's the message there, Dr. Abel, that I'm going to, end this conversation with you on. That is very potent. And for, all my listeners and viewers right now, just pick up yourself. That's the most important part. Picking up yourself. And just, keep trying.
And to remind ourselves that part of life is failing. Life comes with failures.
It does.
It comes, yes, and it's okay to fail sometimes.
Yes.
The important thing is to learn from your failures and let that guide you in life. What you don't want to be doing is failing all the time. But it's okay, and we must normalize these things and let people know it's okay. It's okay sometimes to be anxious. It's okay sometimes to be fearful. These are emotions that we need to guide us and to look at things in a critical way.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Abel. Always, man. Always a pleasure speaking to you.
Well, thank you, and wish everybody a happy night.
Yes, Dr. Abel. Have yourself a fantastic night as well.
Sure.
All right, that was Professor Abel, the head of Community Health and Psychiatry in the Faculty of Medical Sciences at the University of the West Indies, Mona, Jamaica. See, here with the man I say, Gio, and you're also needed inside of the studio because more your phone fear them too. Your fear was fear of failure. Jerome. Yes, fear of
and
failure.
Death also, but it's evident, but
Do you fear death?
Back then, like when I was young.
Right.
Yeah, I always feared death.
The funny thing...
Mindset change after a while.
I remember somebody asked me one time if I fear dying. And I said, how am I supposed to fear dying? And I don't know what that looks like. I can't fear something that I really don't know. Like, I'm just not physically present on Earth. I don't fear dying. I've spoken about this on Simsold, I think maybe 2 years ago or last year, I can't remember, that one of my biggest fears was losing a parent, and I've lost my father. And other than that, I have this, and I don't even think it's a fear of failure, to be honest. It's not that. It's just that I'm such a perfectionist, right? And I like to be in control. And I had to come to terms with understanding that I cannot control life because I did not give myself life. I cannot control the external factors because I'm not God. I can only do my part. I have 24 hours in a day. I can only do what I'm set out to do. I get up in the mornings, we know, say, all right, I have these tasks. These are the things that I want to do. And that's just it. I have goals. And if them not achieve, it's not on me. It's the external factors. But as I look on it, you know, I've gotten to be such a positive person. And yes, like sometimes I have gotten to this place where I get down and depressed and anxiety. I eat up my body. I'm going to feel like, Jesus, I'm not accomplishing enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm going to feel like I can do so much more. And Kareem, you have to fix this and you have to go fix that and you have to go fix this. And you should have had this right now. You should have had this from last year. What am I going to do about it? Last year done passed and gone already. What am I going to do?
Stress. Stress is the number one killer.
I ain't not going to kill me, you know.
No, kill me. No.
You understand? I don't have a fear of failure. It's just, I think for me, I am more, as I said, my thing is I just want things to be controlled. I would like to control things and I can't control the weather. I can't control life.
And again, from back then.
Yeah.
When you were young.
Yeah. All right. So some of the comments here, let me just jump into them. And by the way, guys, you can also call us in. And our question of the night is, what was your biggest fear growing up? Yes, you can call us 876-630-937-124. 876-618-8255. Lady Loud on YouTube says, I also believe that, Kareem, this year God has shown me that what's for me is for me. I've accomplished so much by just doing one simple thing and I'll never stop doing it. Just know that when God says to move, move. I am winning right now, says my biggest fear is financial death. I know the word is debt, but I'm afraid that it's bad. I always pray that I never end up in a position where I am over my head in debt. Debt that is out of my control. Wow. Andrew Henry says, great questions, Kareem. We use some other successes to measure ourselves. Let me tell you something. Comparison is really the thief of joy. I use social media. Me not gonna make nobody else. Hey, what if Father God, I feel like start preach. Me no know where a boy or a girl do for them things, you know. And we've seen it. People get arrested left, right, and center. People, you know, is in fraud. Okay?
Hey, not too much on that now.
The cops is... whoa. We don't even think about NCB, to be honest. Me know some I can't go to prison. You understand? Because the things but them are going to make me doing that prison when the things that I can't manage them. So certain things we just not do.
Yeah.
So me just know say I not do nothing under no table.
Yeah.
Anything me I do, I can do it outside in my house in which part. So me you take my time, brother.
Yeah.
I was speaking to a friend of mine the other day because a situation came up with you know, anyways, with an ex of mine, but that's beyond the point. And I remember saying to my friend, so my friend said to me, Kareem, I used to see this girl posting she there Africa and she there all over the place and she travel and whatever the case is, and I said, let me tell you something. You see me? Slow and steady win the race, my boy. Slow and steady with fervor win the race. I will take, because for me, it's when you work hard for something, brother. I don't know about this, but I know about me. Yeah. It's when I work hard for something on some days I am mentally drained. I'm gonna feel like I can't do it no more. I say to myself, say John Star, like this is just, like I feel like life is suffocating me. Yeah, so when you achieve and accomplish something by hard work, it's so much more satisfying. Because if you even take up your money where you work and buy yourself a phone, and you buy yourself a next phone, you can look on the phone them and say to yourself, say, yo, this cause that we did hard work. It's when money come quick, you spend it quick, you lose it quick. You don't have that same sense of joy when you achieve these things because you know where you have to defeat and really not know much. You understand? So me now compare myself to a boy, to a girl in the business where you want to do. You could have fly over a world, come on, you could have buy house, car and land. Me just know so when I my time and Lady Lord said it. She hit the nail on the head. When it's your time, this when God are out for blessing. Nobody can close the door dead but you and God. And you can literally in your life, bro, you could have got through the storms. The storm could have every week, every month you look on it and I say, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna get a break, man. And so when your break come, me I tell him, man, if I'm that, I just blessings up. So just go, stop watch it. Stop watching people them. Because enough of them on the internet, I do things and them I do one bag of things for it. Understand? And that table and that bed and that mattress them I do go for them things there. Yeah. I mean I do them something there. But in fact, I don't like eye mattress so I can't hold on the mattress. Yeah, I mean that. Colin Smith says, I fear dying before my boys are adults and educated. Wow, you see one thing about mothers too, man. Colin says, yes, you value what you work for. Yamed says, God on time. Little Lord says, preach no, sir. I know married to jail. In the meantime, what was your fear growing up?
I had a lot, but
your fear.
Yeah, man, me did a house right, you know. So anything outside of my house, me did fear that. But growing up, I think one of my biggest fears was the dark. I was afraid that. You ever watch Twitches before?
With the twins?
With the twins,
Yes.
Tia and Tamira.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. I think that show probably made me afraid of the darkness. At about 5 years old, I was afraid of the dark. I could not sleep
I was
without
too.
a nightlight.
Very same.
I grew out of it, and it became one of my favorite shows. But the dark, I was afraid of being alone. I never liked being alone. My mom
love
and dad
that.
used to have to work all the time, and
I love being alone.
I didn't like it. I still don't like it.
I love it, bud.
I don't fear it.
Yeah.
I've learned to enjoy my own space and my solitude, but I don't like being alone.
Do you have a fear of failure or had a fear of failure?
You're my boss.
Let's not talk about that.
You're
Okay.
my boss.
Next question. All right. As I've asked you this, right? For me, oh my God, it just came in my mind. You see, for me, it's this thing of, oh my God, it slipped me. It slipped me. Go on.
I definitely have a fear of failure, even outside of the fact that you are like one of the strictest bosses I've ever had.
I am one of the coolest persons.
I never said you weren't cool, but two things can be true at the same time.
Okay. I concur.
But outside of you, I have a fear of failure because my family always expected a lot out of me. You know, I was a quote-unquote smartest of my siblings and probably the smartest of my entire, like, the grand pitney them. And I was a favorite grandchild. So there was a huge expectation placed on me from my grandma. And, you know, it's always, Gio have to get the highest score in a GSAT, Gio have to get the scholarship, go to high school.
Yeah.
When I lost my scholarship in high school, you know, I had a whole mental breakdown.
I can imagine.
And it was hard to come back from.
Yes.
I've not gotten a scholarship since then.
All right, pause the story there for a second. Just write it down. Zena forget it like me. Remember all. Sash is on the line. Sash, good night.
Good night. How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm not bad.
Okay. What was your fear growing up?
I think, well, I have many, but one of my fears was actually the dark. You know, as Jamaicans, we are very spiritual, and, you know, my mom especially was very spiritual, believing all sorts of things. And so when I was little, I had my own room. I couldn't sleep in
By
the
yourself?
dark.
Wow.
So I had to, sometimes I'd just creep out to my room and go itch up between mommy and daddy. So yeah, as I grow up, you know, I sleep in the dark all the time. It doesn't really bother me. So that is one of my fears.
Do you have any fear now?
Well, one of my, I actually went through something with somebody, you know, and for now, I think one of my fears is getting back into a committed relationship.
Yes.
Because something happened down the line in my past that has actually affected me. And I'm always saying that, boy, I'm not going to find somebody, you know, I'm never going to have children again. So this this was something that really affected me. So that is my biggest fear. Like, I really want to have kids and, that thing just come and that situation just come and happen to me. And I'm like, oh boy, I'm never going to be in a relationship again or get sexual with anyone again. So, yes, that is my biggest fear. Finding someone, having a child, because I really want to have a child, get into a relationship. So, when things happen in the past, you get in, like you meet certain people and, they kind of leave an impact. Well, not really an impact, but, something we never want to do, and it kind of affects you, like it has a ripple effect.
Yes.
Yes.
But I mean, it can still be an impact, just a negative impact, really and truly.
Negative, yes.
Yeah.
However, when I saw the topic, I said, I'm going to call in because the other night, 40 legs. Just hear the 40 legs?
Oh, Jesus of His mercy. Excuse me.
Mighty God.
I literally kill. I think nobody really believed me, but actually, I think it was a 6-inch or 7-inch 40 legs. Not baby, something.
That's a snake. Okay? That's a snake.
I killed him. Let me tell you, I didn't have on any socks, any shoes, any nothing. It was my bare feet. I saw the thing moving around. It was actually in the dark. I saw something on the ground moving around. And I said, it had to be a 40 leg. And I said, I used my foot and I stomp and I stomp and I stomp and it's something, and then I turn on the light.
You're barefoot? You're barefoot?
Barefoot. I said,
no, Sash.
There's something get where while I'm there.
No, Sash.
Couldn't make the 40 leg and make him get where. I mean, I was asleep. They couldn't.
I for just bang down the whole house. So I bang down the house with the 40 leg in there. Yeah, me never do that. No. Me not none of them maroon. I'm not audition for up on the money. Sorry. There's no hero. Me not doing that, Sash.
I said that I became a man. The same.
Well, Sash, thank you so much. We're going to go up for a break, but thank you for always calling, though, and thanks for always sharing. We appreciate you so much, man. All right, guys, we're going to go on a break. This is Bwoyatingz After Dark on Nationwide at 90 FM.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
You can have it all. Company events, birthday parties, or the wedding of your dreams. It's all possible at Grand Palladium Hotels and Resorts. We have magnificent event rooms and a dedicated team that will make your event the best experience that only Grand Palladium Hotels and Resorts can offer. Contact us at 876-619-0000 or call your favorite travel agency and ask about our promotion designed especially for you.
Outperform, outlast. With top performance. Jackhammer. Reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Fancy leg tools, free parts and free repairs. 3 parts, free repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111-4. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Informative, educational, insightful. Let's talk justice. Tackling topics like constitutional rights and reform, domestic violence, and rights issues that affect you. Let's talk justice every Monday from 1 to 2 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM. Call in, share your thoughts, be empowered, know your rights, and let's talk justice, ensuring access to justice for all, courtesy of Jamaicans for Justice.
Catch the ease on with me, the Stinger Honeybee, alongside
Kareem Bwoyatingz.
as we turn up the heat
in the street. New show.
New vibe.
Same us.
Same us.
Monday to Friday, 3 to 5 p.m.
Right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
We'll bring you entertainment news.
We'll take away your Monday blues.
You don't want to miss a week with us.
We'll talk health.
Well,
jump into the mix.
Or the hot seat.
Don't miss the brain buster.
Or the crazy giveaways.
I mean, is this planet Earth?
Is it?
I don't know. Let me check. Either way, it's got a buzz.
And a Bwoyatingz.
Ow.
I'm Dennis Brooks.
I'm Alan Campbell.
I'm Floyd Green.
And I'm Garth Williams. Catch us on the Jamaican Dads podcast right here on Nationwide 90 FM, Thursdays at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Sundays at 6 p.m.
The Jamaican Dads podcast is all about providing men with a healthy, safe, and functional forum to tackle many of the taboo topics that concern our masculinity.
Like everyone else out there, we're dads of varying amounts of experience who come from different backgrounds and often view the world differently.
We're definitely not perfect, but we're all brethren and we're all committed to this piece of rock called Jamaica.
Too often, there are no safe spaces for men to explore the issues which are important to us.
Plus, most of the content out there about parenthood is produced by women, for women. So we think it is important that we be the change we want to see.
Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Jamaican Dads with a Z.
And definitely join us here on Nationwide 90 FM every Thursday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Sundays at 6 p.m. for the Jamaican Dads podcast. It's a revolution in media.
This is your boy Omi representing for Bwoyatingz After Dark on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm out.
Yeah. You don't know say young man representing for Kareem Bwoyatingz.
Genius.
Yeah man, well this is Graham Smog and you don't know, picking up Kareem Bwoyatingz After Dark.
Alright, welcome back to Bwoyatingz After Dark. Tonight we're talking about our biggest fears and we're being honest people now and, you know, just trying to do what we can for each other and offer some tips and things like that. But we have a next call on the line before we jump back into the topic. Hi, good night. Thanks for calling Bwoyatingz After Dark. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Kareem. This is Giovanni calling from Kingston, Oregon.
I am gratefully tired. How are you doing?
I am exhausted, to be honest.
Oh, brother. Okay, so let's just jump right into it then. You know, so our question of the night is, what was your biggest fear growing up?
My biggest fear growing up, and I think it's funny. I had so many irrational fears growing up.
Yes.
I think my biggest one that still to this day, and my friends can tell you, is my fear of heights.
Wow. Okay.
If you, I tell you, my fear of heights knows no bound. Like even just like climbing basic steps.
Yes. Wait, steps? Like regular steps?
Yes, like regular steps.
No, man. So you fly on them something there? Like take plane on it?
Yeah.
Isn't that the same heights though?
I have to. It's a condition in your mind type of vibe. But I can tell you this. Like I was overseas recently, and the mall had like 5 different floors. I could not take the escalator. I ended up taking the elevator, and the elevator is glass. So you can see everything going up.
Yes.
And my friend had to hold my hand while I am hyperventilating, going up in the elevator and coming down.
So, are you going to be doing anything about that? Like, are you trying to get over this fear?
You know, I remember having this discussion with a friend of mine because he never understood my fear of heights. And most people will tell you that when you do a research into fears, they will tell you that your fear of heights is the fear of falling. Because if I go up a certain level, I become dizzy. So I start to sway.
Wow. I mean, I know people who are extremely afraid of heights as well. a particular friend of mine, she, has started therapy for that. So perhaps you can try that too and see if it work.
Well, probably in time, but I'm going to tell you right now, at this moment in time, I just like staying on the ground.
On the ground floor. Yeah, okay.
Outside of flying, and I'm going to be very honest. I think the first time I flew, it was night, so I couldn't see anything really outside to really say, oh, yeah. And I didn't even realize the plane was taking off to how smooth it was.
Yes.
But I can tell you, so that second time around flying in broad daylight, I can't, like, I was in the front of the plane and I opened my window and I'm looking right in the propeller. I closed that back and went to sleep because I'm like,
I think I've seen something on the internet with people with fear of heights, and when they travel, there's this particular pill that they take for like anxiety and things like that has to be prescribed, obviously, and them just pop one right about to board, like right about boarding time, and them just pop one, and them just sleep through the entire flight, and them just wake up when it's time to come off of the plane. So perhaps you can do some research on that and get over that fear, hopefully.
I mean, hopefully. I'm not going to say near future.
Yes. But hopefully sometime.
And I think that is one of the... I think it's the only fear I have from, like, I was younger because I didn't climb trees. People are like, oh, no, man, you have to climb the guava tree and the mango tree and pick the guinea. And I wonder who them attack to. And who I go, me, come off of this ground? One tree? That's crazy.
Well, hopefully you can get that fear under control. But thank you so much for sharing, though, and thanks for calling.
You're most welcome.
All right, yeah, man. All right, so let's just jump right back into it. The fear of failure and ambitions. And I see somebody asked me on YouTube if I'm a perfectionist, Andrea Henry, and I am. I'm also very hard on myself that people would even understand. I am my biggest critic. Like, I critique every single thing. I can't for my podcast, the only time I would rewatch a podcast is when I'm going to tell the editor what clips I would like in the promo. That's the only time. I don't rewatch anything. Even just now in the recap video, when I accepted the collaboration from my producers on the Bwoyatingz page, because we post these videos every single week. So I always listen and I always look. So when I look at myself, I'm looking at every single detail that people would even notice. And I cringed in the previous video. Okay, we're being honest people here now, right? When I asked, so who is to be blamed? Jesus Christ. And when you play it back a while ago, I cringed again. Blamed, Kareem. Blamed. Who is to be blamed? Listen, people don't even understand. When I say that I'm my biggest critic, I mean I nitpick on every single detail, right? And it's the creative side of me, because I would often hear like singers and actors, like they would say that they really can't like rewatch their things because they're looking at every single intricate detail and they're saying to themselves, John Star, like I should have perhaps said it this way, or I should have moved this way out of the camera or closer to the camera. That is me. So many watch but nothing with me though. Like if I watch it one time I just hit that. But I'm just so, because I'm a perfectionist, I always want things to go, once again, to be in control of every single thing. And sometimes your brain just not click or it's supposed to click how you want it to click as fast as possible because you might be tired and because of all these other things. And with me and my ADHD, my mind is all over the place. So I have to constantly, even doing the show, constantly at times, talking to myself to remind myself that this is what you were going to say, or you need to sit still, or you need to not move around so much, or you need to right. So to be a perfectionist, with someone with ADHD is very hard because it's two polar opposites, really and truly. Yeah. But we all have goals and we all have dreams, and but what happens when we're paralyzed by the fear of falling short, which a lot of us it just happens, right? Oh, also, Gio, can you just explain to them about the thing that you just posted so them can just follow it up in the meantime?
All right, so we just posted on our X, formerly Twitter page, a link to a BuzzFeed quiz. Now, we'd love for you guys to check that out. Check. Yeah, we'd love for you guys to check that out. We want you to share with us the results to that quiz. It's your biggest fear. They're telling you what your biggest fear is. Answer a few simple questions and just share it. Take a screenshot and share it using the Bwoyatingz Afterdark, hashtag Bwoyatingz Afterdark on Twitter. And we're going to drop it in the YouTube chat as well, so those on YouTube can participate as well. If you want to just drop the name of the fair in the YouTube chat, you can do that as well. Let's just all talk about what we are afraid of.
Okay, cool. But in the meantime, let me just read a couple of the comments just real quick. Yamed says, my paranoid when it comes to centipede. I'm assuming that she was talking about Sash, who called about the centipede earlier. I see someone else says, I think it was, I don't see the comment right now, but someone else was saying, Karim, I'm so afraid of centipedes, don't even call the name. Yes, and let me see. Baby Toy says, we St. Elizabeth people not easy afraid of nothing. Sash is from St. Elizabeth. So clearly, no live one different Jamaica. Come to know how you step on centipede with your bare feet. Crazy. James says, my all and still not sleeping in the dark. So I understand what the lady has say. Tifa Tat says, my biggest fear is leaving my parents behind. I'm the glue between them and it would break them to lose me.
Wow.
When I was speaking about fear of dying, I don't fear death. I also fear the pain that it would cause my immediate family if I'm supposed to leave. Andrea Henry says, fear of drowning because I almost drowned a couple times. Jeez.
Why am I everybody? Like, why do I share these experiences?
Colin Smith is saying, I fear heights too. I tend to walk near the wall. Andrea Henry says, it's good to recognize what ails you, Kareem. Always be mindful to give yourself grace. I've now been learning to give myself grace. I've now accepted the fact that I will never be perfect because there's no perfect human being other than Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. So I'm now giving myself grace for not living up to my expectations of what I think in my mind. Yeah? Tifa Tat says, my biggest fear is driving on Jamaican roads. The anxiety is real. I follow the road rules, yet I get insulted every day. The last time I was behind the wheel here was March last year. Driving on Jamaica is for the fit, The fit and the fiddle,
It's an Olympic sport.
Man, I ask, man, if you can drive on Jamaica and New York, you can drive anywhere in this world. Man, I ask. Richelle T. Henry says, you see that expectation, something there, release me. I appreciate what you want that you want to see me do great things, and I will, but let me go through the stages. Let me fail and be okay with it and learn. I can't take the heartbreak. Yeah, man, see it there? See it there. Let me just continue scrolling on X real quick. Lady Loud says, as creative, we're very critical of everything we do. I haven't done social media because I'm so picky about my craft and fear criticism of others. When they now come drag me. One thing I'm afraid of, or nobody else want to say. Anything me put out, I just eat that. That means that I agreed with it and I loved it and wouldn't have to like it, but me like it. I've never been somebody who wanted validation. I like other content creators who are so hung up on likes and views. It's never been me. Like, if I like it and if I think the content is good, then someone out there will appreciate it. And if two people alone appreciate it or watch it, then I'm okay with that. Let me see. I am Brittany says, Sash said that night I became a man. Please. Richelle T. Henry says, where's the offering plate, Kareem? Because you're preaching. Lady Loud says, yes, Kareem, slow and steady win the race. Okay. Tavi is saying, oh, yes, Gio. Growing up, I used to fear dying, and I cried time upon time. That fear was terrifying. Worse fear for real. When it comes to mind, it ruined my entire day and mood. Wow. Coco Goddess is saying, yes, you can never overlook the small wins. Always be grateful. Let me see. Cards is saying, no would have beat me for make me say my fears them. Okay, Cards, but if you don't want to say publicly, you can say privately, and we can, pick out a few. Cardine says, my biggest fear currently is that I think I'm failing my students. Like I'm not even being extra. I genuinely think I'm neglecting them. And I don't know how to fix it as time is going. Cardine, if we don't know anything about you, you're going to get it together, okay? Just believe in yourself and believe that you're doing your best job. As a teacher, as an educator, it is very hard.
I know your limits.
Yes,
know
please.
Your limits.
Yes. Cards is saying my fears are not for the internet any at all, okay? Lady Low says, a fear of mine is not being able to let go of the anger I hold onto due to life's trauma. Number 2, not finding my footing in life. Number 3, failure. Wow. Dark Empire says, a fear I had was not completing university. Almost gave me a meltdown. And see you complete them, my boy. You understand? See you done there. You understand me? Just go and do it. Floyd says... Him do the quiz, by the way. He says, I learned from Denzel Washington and Les Brown that it's normal to fear failure, but true failure is when you give up and stop trying. Because of those two, I know that it's possible to fail forward, because with every failure, experience is gained to change the approach, and with improvement, you take a step closer to achieving the goal. Tavi is saying, yes, sometimes I do feel like time is running out on me when it comes to my personal life and other aspects, and it bothers me for real. Yeah. Tavi is also saying, I'm fearful of driving in Jamaica. Yeah. Freddy says, one of my biggest fears while growing up was disappointing my parents. But as I got older, I learned that you have to choose what's best for you. It may be untraditional or unconventional, but what from you can make a life for yourself. It's okay. Okay. What does Floydie results says?
I'm not sure. X is doing that thing where I can't see Floyd his.
You have to click on him page. Amarillo McKenzie says New York is that bad as it pertains to driving. Of course, New York. I learned to drive overseas. I never learned to drive in Jamaica. I learned to drive in Florida and New York. New York driving, because everywhere is so small, and the parking and everything, and it's miserable. Like it's a city. It's so miserable. Like everything just feel like you're going crazy. That's why I know people don't own a car in New York, because they come like it don't make no sense. So I've always said driving in New York and Jamaica is, yeah. Andrea says driving in New York is on a different level. Crazy meets crazy. Road rage is unbelievable. Marilla McKenzie says, I am fearful of failure of anything I'm participating in. Wow. Okay.
I want to share. So, while we were on the break, after Sash called, I told Jerome, whenever I am over by a certain friend's house and I do the dishes,
yes,
a centipede crawls out of the drain
all the time
onto my arm. Not all the time. It's been probably 3 times.
Australia?
Portmore.
But I mean, Portmore is
Jamaica's Australia.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it just crawl out of the drain.
Watch Bugs. Portmore is Jamaica's. Come on, Bugs. Every animal and insect there, Portmore. All snake, anaconda, everything. Yeah, Jill, go ahead.
Yeah, so like me couldn't be like, I've never been bitten, thank God, but crawl up my arm. I think the furthest it's gotten is like almost to my shoulder right there.
Chop off my hand, chop off my hand and just...
Dettol, my beard not Dettol.
Chop off my hand with the fat leg.
Couldn't do it.
I'm afraid of one animal, and I will never tell anybody what it is.
Is it a snake?
Because they're not going to use it against me. No, it's not. But that one particular thing, a cousin of mine had this animal as a pet when we lived in New York, and it escaped one day in the room and going one out. Anyways, yeah. So that's the only animal that I'm like terrified of.
I feel like it's a spider.
No, sir. Okay, so let's talk about the fear of failed relationships and friendships, because I've seen a couple of these. Now, relationships are one of the most rewarding yet vulnerable parts of our lives. Whether we're talking about friendships or romantic relationships, there's always this lingering fear, the worry that we'll invest time, energy, and pieces of ourselves only for it to fall apart. Maybe it's the fear of outgrowing someone we were once close to, or the anxiety of betrayal by someone we trusted deeply. Heartbreak and disappointment can leave lasting scars, and the idea of going through that again makes us hesitant. So why do we fear these endings so much? The fear of loss and the unknown. Endings bring an unavoidable sense of loss, whether it is the end of a friendship, a breakup, or even just outgrowing someone we once felt close to. Number 2, emotional investment feels wasted. When we invest time, we invest effort, we invest emotions into someone. We create memories and attachments that are deeply valuable. I'm really responsible with that. God, any relationship one done with, I just say that, friendship or not. I could have the basic school where I come from. But that's just me though. Number 3, memories become bittersweet. Relationships are built on shared experiences and memories, and when they end, even the good memories can feel tainted. So how do anxieties shape the way we approach our relationships? This goes for G as well. We might hold back emotionally when we're scared of getting hurt or experiencing loss. We sometimes keep a bit of distance. It's like putting up an invisible wall, letting others in, but only to a certain extent. This way, if things go south, we feel like we protected ourselves by not being fully vulnerable. This is me, by the way.
Yeah. No, but see that.
I was reading through this and I was like, oh.
Yeah, wait, that's me. Yeah.
Like, there's this particular person that the person is very, I liked her, right? And we were getting very close. But this is me. It's a tactic and I just really can't help it. And I've never gotten hurt. I don't really think so. But I know that I've caused a lot of harm and hurt to other people, so I don't want it to reach me. So I think as a defense mechanism, what I do is when we're getting very close, I start to ghost these situationships. So this person has been calling me like crazy. She's been calling me maybe for the past 2 weeks. She don't know what she do me, but I've just not been responsive. Like I'll maybe, drop in every now and then. I'll be like, hey, I was busy. And she's like, yo, I've been calling you for so long. But that's just me. I say it, I will forever save myself from hurt. Okay, if somebody get hurt by getting close to somebody, it will never happen. Because I will never let you in. Like, just 1 foot alone, you're going to put through the door, and the next foot I go the outside. And once I realize that I'm getting too close or attached, I start to withdraw myself.
What do you think that has stunted your growth as an individual?
With people?
Not as an individual, because sometimes to be better you have to be better with people.
Here's the thing. Acceptance is the first step, yeah? Okay. And, something in therapy that I learned years ago was that to accept it and to recognize that you're doing it, it means that it's not that bad as yet. So I've realized that I'm doing it, and I intentionally do it. But to be honest, I don't really care much about bonds and forming bonds, because for me, people come and go, and again, to save yourself from hurt, and this is just me, I'm not recommending for it because it's not healthy, by the way. My therapist tells me this all the time. To save myself from hurt and harm and devastation and depression, I will just, fix things. But anyways, it's not about me. Number 2, we feel, avoidance of commitment. For some, oh my God, the idea of getting seriously attached is terrifying because of the possibility that it could end badly. Number 3, sabotaging a relationship before it's Were you writing about me? Before it gets too serious. Some people unconsciously or consciously create problems in relationships when things start to get too close or too serious. Sounds like me. Anyways, can you read some of the responses from the test?
So, I am Brittany. Shared her results and she said, me, nah. So she got astrophobia. I know it as brontophobia. It's a fear of thunder and lightning. Also, Lady Loud got astrophobia. I got astrophobia and I do have brontophobia. I do have a slight fear of thunder. Ever since 3rd form.
Thunder?
Yeah. I get used to it now. I actually go to sleep. So I did what they call it, shock therapy. Mm-hmm. So I actually, with my Amazon Echo at home, I put on the sleeping sounds and I put it to thunderstorm sounds. So I go to sleep to thunderstorm sounds. And I think because I know it's not real, it's easier for me to to process it, and it's actually soothing, and I go to bed. But you see, if a real storm will come, I'm ask Paris will, even if Paris not beside of me, Paris will call me and say, "You alright?" Because sometimes I freeze when I hear thunder.
So this says that I am afraid of loud noises, which is not true. It says another one of my greatest fears. This just shows how loud you are, but how sensitive you can be to other loud noises, like fireworks. You don't like being yelled at and hate apologizing. Whoa! This is clocking me. And hate apologizing. I guess you're my lost sibling. I'm not afraid of loud noises, for sure, absolutely not. I don't really care about being yelled at because. Well, the hate apologizing in part, they were absolutely right about that.
Floydie got that as well.
Really?
Yeah, phonophobia.
yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break. This is Bwoyatingz After Dark, right here on Nationwide at 90 FM.
Escape to the tranquility of Spur Tree HomeAway Villas, a placid getaway featuring 3 unique accommodations. The spacious main house offers 6 aesthetically pleasing designed bedrooms, 3.5 baths, smart lock access, and modern amenities like smart TVs. Enjoy the cozy 2-bedroom suite with private baths, or retreat to the intimate 1-bedroom suite. Relax by the pool or explore Spur Tree HomeAway Villas. Book with us today. Contact 347-307-3732 or 646-824-5232.
This Christmas, let's bring back the spirit of giving, changing lives where it matters most. 'Tis the season to give back to those in need, with over 1,000 vibrant colors. Magically help to transform somebody's space or your special place with EdgeChem Color Glow Plus amazing colors, available in flat, no sheen or gloss. Visit any of our 24 EdgeChem retail stores and other distributors island-wide, or download our EdgeChem Color app. Select your favorite color, and let's bring back the spirit of Christmas. EdgeChem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time.
Korean solid surface, so versatile and beautiful. It's non-porous, no sealing necessary, renewable and repairable, so easy to clean and maintain, and can be thermoformed into any shape. Choose Korean, the #1 solid surface in the world, when you want beauty and the best for your countertop. Visit Home International Limited, located at 104 Constance Ring Road. Telephone 755-1970 or 924-0437.
Experience unmatched performance and ultimate control with KYB shocks from Bird's Auto Parts. KYB shocks are perfect for every ride. Choose from a wide range of shocks such as Gas Adjust, Scorch Force, and XLG, which provides superior handling and stability on all terrain. For a smoother, safer, and more reliable drive, choose KYB. Available now at Bird's Auto Parts. Get 15% off your purchase of 2 or more KYB shocks. August 9 to November 8. It hurts if you don't check Birds.
Are you ready to turn your sales and marketing skills into high earnings? Nationwide 90 FM is searching for business development executives to build lasting client relationships. If you have experience across all stages of the sales cycle and possess strong communication, negotiation, and time management skills with a proven sales track record, this opportunity is perfect for you. Join our team and work with the top corporate brands, media agencies, and of course, our on-air personalities. Enjoy networking opportunities, professional growth, and competitive commissions. Ready to take the next step? Send your resume to hr@nationwidenewsnetwork.com today.
Bwoyatingz After Dark, right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
You're talking about a sensation.
Right, all right. Welcome back to Bwoyatingz After Dark. We're in the final half an hour. Remember, guys, we have the quiz tomorrow between 11 a.m. local time and 12 p.m. We're playing against Ricardo and Dana Davey. And we're just going to read a couple more of the fears. I was just remembering that growing up because I saw somebody, saying, something about this. I was extremely afraid of clowns, by the way. Like when we go to like the circus or them look at something there, or like class party, I was afraid. And I was extremely afraid of hearses. And I think it's because in the country has this eerie feel to it, and where my mom is from is like up in the hills of St. Elizabeth, right? And It just so happened that being younger and like going to the country, I think my memory is so lodged onto funerals. And I think at that point, like for a bullet of years, I talk about like, if we want to see one, all right. So my grandma, we live on a hill, but her house is like in a little dip. So when you look up and you see the Ursa come, hey man, tear the whole road in a I was so afraid of hearses, bro. I don't know how I, like gotten over that, but I was so afraid of hearses. Like, I don't know, like, hearse just, me that ball I want, I'm to run, like me an idiot. Bugs, growing up, what were your fears? Oh, please, yes, Bugs, I know that like I said. Bugs, I said him can't remember no fears as a juvenile. Yes, right now. Oh, Bugs says he fears cannot being able to provide for himself. And we're going to just read this. Fear of being stuck or not living up to your potential. The fear of being stuck or not living up to your potential is one that can loom over all of us, especially as we strive to make something meaningful out of our lives. It's not just a fear of missing out on opportunities. It's a fear that we'll look back one day and feel that we didn't accomplish what we were capable of, and that we didn't push ourselves far enough, or that we somehow fell short of the life we envisioned. For many, this fear is tied to a desire to fulfill a personal space or to leave a legacy, to feel that their time and energy were well spent. Now, one of the trickiest parts of this fear is finding a balance between ambition and realism. Ambition drives us to reach for something bigger, to continuously improve and push past our comfort zones. But if we're not careful, it can also lead to burnout, sounds like me, or leave us constantly dissatisfied because we're always thinking about the next milestone rather than appreciating where we are right now. On the flip side, being realistic doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or settling. It's about acknowledging that life doesn't always follow a straight line, and sometimes detours are necessary for growth. To combat the fear of being stuck, it can help to redefine what success and potential look like. Success isn't necessarily about checking off every item on an ambitious bucket list. It can be about cultivating meaningful relationships, growing in self-awareness, or positively impacting others in ways we might not have initially planned. Rather than focusing solely on external achievements or markers of success, we can also take pride in personal growth, in becoming kinder, more resilient, or more knowledgeable. Ultimately, the key is learning to accept that reaching our potential is not a single destination but a journey that can take on many forms. By appreciating the progress we make along the way and allowing ourselves to be open to change, we might find that we're more fulfilled than we ever imagined. So, even if the path looks different from what we originally planned, let's keep going. You understand? Keep doing your thing as someone.
I mean, alright. I feel like this is just... I mean, right now, by the way. Yeah. But like, it resonates so much when I was doing my research for the episode, and when I sat down and I watched some of these videos. My story is like all of that. Like, I have a fear of failure, right? Mm-hmm. I am a second year for the second time now at university, and I have not finished a 3-year program. It's 4 years now.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm not gonna wear 2 sets of graduation. I miss now.
Yes.
I see people who me did a tutor in them first year, gone across the stage at UE, and it makes me feel like, it makes me feel bad. But I have to remind myself that this was my journey. I went to high school, the Wilmot Trust High School for Boys, beat the odds, come out of Grand Spain as one of the top in the region for GSAT. I got a scholarship from Sagicor, headed to Wilmot. Even though I lost my scholarship, I went to sixth form. I went and I accomplished so much, and I got scouted by 5 or 6 Ivy League American schools, and it's only because I didn't get full ride scholarships that I didn't go overseas. And I went to UA, wanted to do law, ended up doing journalism, realized that my passion was in media, it was in communications and marketing, and I went down that path, wanting to be involved with student leadership and all of that. Never counted that on any of these things would bring me anywhere. 2-2s I got my job at Digicel. 2-2s I got my job here at Nationwide because I was involved, and I got my job with you, Kareem.
Right.
Initially at the other station,
Yes.
and you saw my potential, and thank you so much for seeing that. Thank you for seeing the untapped potential that I had as not just your social media guy at the time, but somebody who could add to the brand of Bwoyatingz.
Right.
And you brought me with you, and here we are 2 years later, rocking the airwaves and making sure that X can lock down nobody.
Actual factual.
You know, so here I am as living testament that even though you are failing, being stuck and feeling that you don't achieve your goals and you're not ambitious enough, your journey is not linear. Your journey is not going to be a straight line. And boy, just go through it.
You know, sometimes in life, as I was saying earlier, we don't realize that we weren't ready for a particular goal, or, you know, God or the universe knew that we weren't ready, or this is not where they wanted us to be. And if all of those things, and how I look on life now, if I had accomplished all the things that I thought in that time of my life, that I thought that these are the things that I want to accomplish, yeah? And I must accomplish these things. If it is that I had gone on that path, then I wouldn't have been here on this path. And I always think that delay is sometimes for our best interest without even realizing in the particular moment, right? I've always said it, that it's just so crazy how everything comes together. Sometimes in this crazy thing called life, we will be beating up ourselves about the things that didn't work out when we wanted them to work out, not realizing that it was preparing us for another thing that we never noticed that we needed or we had the potential to be. And I always say, I remember when I went on Simone, actually, I was scrolling on my page and I saw the promo clip. I remember when Simone said to me, you know, why, well, for the first time that I went on a show, you wanted to share your story because, and I said to her, because I know that my story is, a lot of people have been through it. I'm not the only person. But a lot of people, when I would oftentimes give a little snippet of what, or a synopsis of what I've gone through, people would be like, oh, John was there. Like, if you could go through all of them something here, and they are so, that means that we can do it. If it is that everything that I had accomplished or wanted to accomplish then had happened, then I wouldn't not have been here. And I feel like I'm here for a reason. And I'm here because God wanted me to be here. Sometimes we are trying to meet these timelines, not realizing that had you personally perhaps had finished, then you wouldn't have realized how much you loved media. If it is that you have gotten a full scholarship to go overseas, then perhaps you wouldn't have noticed that, oh my God, I do like media. You know, so I take everything.
One of the things, one of the Bwoyatingz.
No man, like for me, I take things, every single thing that has happened to me as a lesson. And I may not understand it right now, and I don't have to understand it. So sometimes say to God, say, God, you know what you're doing, but I'm not going to trust you. I may not think that this is how I think it should go, but I can't tell you what to do. Because some me talk to God, let me talk to my virgin. Like when I talk to, you know, like with episodes like these that are just a mental check-in type of vibe. Yeah. This is me being as transparent as possible. There are many times where I would be crying like, God, I feel like you've been punishing me for maybe like the past 10 years. Like if I've done something, just let me know. But for me, when I get over that hump, I would look back and be like, oh wow, the way how your cards are dealt, it's supposed to be like that. So I am not trying to rush anything because I don't know how long am I going to be here for. I don't know if the things that I wanted to accomplish 10 years ago, if when I accomplish them 2 years from now, it's because I'm going to get a bigger version or a better version of what in my mind I thought it was supposed to be. Yeah. So I accept things. I allow them. I say to myself, okay, this is what we're being dealt with now. And I get that from my mother. Like my mother would say to me, my sister, you guys are so not like me. Got my mother, nothing about my mother. I ask guys, Jackie, big up herself, nothing about Jackie, none at all. Like she would always say to me, my sister, you guys are the softer versions of myself. And it is so crazy to me on a mother and uno make life a beat, you know. So And I have just come to terms with allowing life to life.
No.
What am I going to do about it? I gotta sit down and bawl. I give myself a day. I give myself a day to be depressed and to mull over all of the things that are not happening for me. One day, 24 hours. So next day, yeah man, I made up man, we have to take on the world, boy. If you're supposed to be there, you would have been there.
Yeah.
And if God wanted you to have these things, then you would have had them. Perhaps he's saying to you, I want to redirect you for a reason. I want you to learn here, or to get this experience here, or to get connections here. When I was thinking about changing my management, and I've not spoken about this, and I don't know why I'm even going down this road, but when I was thinking about changing my management, and I love my past manager dearly, it was the same conversation I was having with myself. And I said to myself, you know, everything happens for a reason, yeah? And the new management that I have now, and if it is that I had perhaps, when the thought came to me before, had moved on, I wouldn't have met this particular person, because what happened is life allowed the connections that I've built with other people for this person to recommend my new management to me and say, hey, you've been asking about new management. I think that these people, whatever. So I look on every single thing as if me supposed to jump and do it, I wouldn't have been ready for it. God know when I'm ready for it and when I'm ready for it. God now gonna give you something where him no know, say, him knowing himself to get, you're not ready for this yet. So I'm preparing you for it. So when I'm praying, may I tell God, say, I would like this and I would like that, but also prepare me for it. So when I get them, I know how to handle them. So I just let life, and I allow God to work. And I just say, God, I am your vessel. Lead me and I'll follow you. And wherever you take me, I'm grateful. It may hurt. It may come with some bruises. When we get up back, I'll start back my race again.
Yes.
I don't care about starting over. I'll start over as much as possible.
Listening.
No, I hope them listen. Because they're not paying me for them preaching. But anyways.
A preacher carry on again.
Read some of my responses.
Lady Loud on X says, Steve Harvey once said, you cannot receive the mail or blessing that God has for you if you're not ready to receive it. I often remind myself of this when I feel less than.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Tavi said that must be the reason I hate funerals, talking about your fear of hearses.
The hurt, but then Jesus Christ God.
Tavi also shared her response, her result rather, to the quiz. It's trypophobia, fear of holes. You have the fear of holes, which could also be seen as a
sorry.
could be seen as a fear of the dark. You hate not knowing what's at the end of every rainbow, and you never know what's at the end of the hole. You hate you hate to be alone and love attention. We all do.
Lord of mercy,
I don't call it I don't have a fear of uncertainty, but I have a dislike of uncertainty. I don't like I always want to know what's going on.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's sort of like my propensity to want to control everything. But again, you see, and I said this on this podcast, I don't remember the name of it. It's eluding me right now, where she speak about like spiritual, journeys with people. And I remember saying to her, it's every time that I get caught up in trying to fix everything, that's when my life is in shambles. So he said, me, instead of the fear of uncertainty, I would say to God, I don't need to be, because we trust our GPS. We trust our phone. If you're going on one vehicle and you put in a location, you don't even know if it's carrying you into the wilderness. But you're going to trust it. So why you can't trust God also to carry you to that journey? Why you can't trust God in just knowing that He knows your destination and He knows how He's going to take me there. I'm not concerning myself with how am I going to get there, but I know I'm going to get there with the grace of God. And that's how I know. You understand? So I'm going to trust Him. The fear of regret. Let's kind of get into this just real quickly. Regret is one of those emotions that can stay with us for years, sometimes even a lifetime. It's more than just a passing feeling. It's the weight of what ifs that can linger in the back of our minds, reminding us of the roads we didn't travel and the opportunities we let slip by. The fear of regret can become so overwhelming that it often paralyzes us, making us hesitate when we're faced with big decisions. Worrying about what might happen if we choose the wrong path, this can lead us to live more carefully, to play it safe, to stay within the comfort zones that feel familiar, but at what cost? In trying to avoid regret, we must actually be creating it by denying ourselves the chance to take risks, experience growth, and discover something new. The irony of regret is that it usually stems from an attempt to make the right choices. We want to avoid mistakes, to be certain that we're making decisions that won't lead to future disappointment. Yet, in doing so, we sometimes miss out on the richness of life that comes from embracing uncertainty and accepting that not everything will go according to plan. Life is full of moments that don't have clear answers. Sometimes, the only way to know what's right is for us to take that leap and live through the consequences. Regret can teach us valuable lessons if we let it, showing us where our true passions lie, what matters most, and what we might want to prioritize moving forward. Ultimately, fear and regret is natural, but allowing it to dictate our lives can be more limiting than liberating. It's about coming to terms with the fact that no life is free from missteps or missed chances, and that's okay. What's important is learning from those moments, understanding that they are part of the journey, and not letting the fear of regret stop us from fully living. Embracing life's uncertainty with all its imperfections and potential mistakes can be the most freeing step toward a life we're proud to look back on. Factual. The nail upon the head right, that's a boy. Every big step that I've made in my life is from me just not having a fear of taking chances. And I've said, like, when I came back to Jamaica, before I left Jamaica, I never used to party. When I came back to Jamaica, it was my first actual time partying. And when I took up promoting, the scene was so saturated with promoters. And I was one of the most successful promoters of my era. You never know what I do. I allowed God once again them time there to lead me to the right connections and to lead me to the right sponsors and we were successful for years. Yeah? Same thing with media. And I've said this multiple times. I feel like a scratch record, but it's just the truth. Every major step that I've taken in my life, coming back to Jamaica was a massive step too. A lot of my friends and family members were just like, are you crazy? I had 2 semesters left to graduate with my degree. And I got up one December, coming back to Jamaica. I never have a plan. I never know what I'm going to do. I've lost a lot of friendships. I'm going to decide to fall back, drop back into promotion, worked at the airport. I lost my job. I was after 6 years, after devoting my time, energy, effort, everything into a company, and I felt lost, depleted, defeated. I felt like, oh my God, life really had taken from me. My next step was, I'm going to just go back to my yard. I'm going to go back to foreign. And God led me here. And when something in me says, go into podcasting, go into media, I did not know what am I going to do. I never know nothing. I never know the first step. I never know about a podcast. I never know about a producer. I never know about a video man. I never know where the money I going to come from. I remember somebody just come from bankruptcy, literally. I never knew. I took a chance. And here we are. I want to reach nowhere yet. When I reach nowhere yet, which part of me you want to go. But taking chances are never something that I'm just like, I don't want to do that. If it feels right in my soul and in my spirit, and if I feel like this is where God is leading me, I'm stepping. I've never felt like I cannot leave a situation. I don't want to leave here. Comfort zones for me, I don't even like it. Because that's when we get complacent. Comfort zones for me, I don't want to live there. I want to feel uncomfortable. I want to be challenged. I want to feel like I don't know if I'm going to do this. When Cliff said to me, said daytime radio, I never even said, where? I said, yeah man, ready. I never sit down and mal upon it and think. I immediately said to him, yes, I'll absolutely do it. You know, my life is all about taking chances. And, you know, God has just been paying me for every time that he says go here and I go, I'm seeing that, okay, I should have. So people, if you're not listening, if you're thinking about taking a big step, if you're thinking about a big risk, do it. Do it. That's what life is about. Your mind is a very powerful tool as well, and we don't understand how much we cripple ourselves and our potential because we are constantly thinking negatively. And I've realized 4 or 5 years ago that I was my own enemy at that particular time when I was depressed. Because my mind was telling me that I was worthless. My mind was telling me that I'm not capable. My mind was telling me that I have no purpose. And when I released myself from the shackles of negative thoughts, when I released myself of the shackles of limiting myself, when I started to think positively, that's when all the positive results and every single thing that I wanted, the universe and God just start push them upon me and say, yeah man, so get out of your head. It's easier said than done, but get out of your head. Tell yourself every day, words of affirmation is very important. Listening and watching positive messages and injecting in your spirit and your body every single day, positivity works. As I'm telling them, I start my day with gospel, with God every day, no matter what my business, no matter what I have to do, no matter what I have to go. A sermon, I play it in our background, and it helps. Your mind can cripple every single thing that you would want to do. So just tell yourself, say you can't do it, man. Look in the mirror every day, man, and tell yourself, say, things, boy. I'm gonna ask. You understand?
Well, I say, come on.
Yeah.
Gerald, come on, somebody.
I mean, no. By the way, guys, I'm collecting the offering after the show. But yeah, man, I'm glad that we had this conversation. I'm glad that we had this talk. Every week, now gonna be rah. Every week. Hi, Bernadine Bowen, how you doing? Kadia says, I tend to suffer from analysis paralysis, so I tend to overanalyze, and this more often than not leads me to do things that I end up regretting, mainly taking the safe option. See there? Boy, man, I tell you. Tifatash says, life isn't meant to be rushed. We're here just vibing, walking different paths, and figuring things out along the way. Yes. Baby Toy says, Kareem, you impact the life of many, and I mean young and old can learn from you. Wow.
GH says, ladies, the word of God states that we can't be plucked from his hands. In paraphrase, when you are saved, you are sealed. God knows we love him, but knows why he sent his son. I think he felt the spirit when you were talking.
Right. Rachel T. Henry says, Bwoyatingz, I remember that podcast. It was the Good Girls Love God podcast. Yes. That was a podcast, and I was talking about my spiritual journey. Lady Loud says, I love this topic. I love topics like these because there's always a message to be taken. Boy, Kareem, that living in your head thing been a beat my bad forever. See? Yeah, man. Tavi says, regrets, I don't have that. I take things as lessons learned. Yes, Tavi says, Kareem, I preach tonight. That's me too. Like, every single quote-unquote mistake, I take it as a stepping stone. I learn a lesson, and I move on.
Yeah.
Tifa
Tash also said, failure is a valuable fuel as long as it doesn't paralyze you. If you've never failed, it has, or rather you haven't tried anything challenging. Embrace failure. Beauty is on the other side.
It is, and that's why I'm always telling you every single night, every Wednesday night, that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and I meant it. There is. You fail, so what? Okay. Boy, I tried this and it never worked out. Okay. Get up.
Weekly memory verse, guys. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
There is light at the end of the tunnel. And on that note, I just want to say to you all, thank you so much for your comments. Thank you for constantly supporting me. Taze Campbell says, respect, Kareem. I truly appreciate these positive messages. Go on, do your thing, youth. Yamed says, yes, we need this reminder. We are all fighting battles silently. Right. Let me just say, I appreciate the love and support every single week. Even if I don't read the comments sometimes, I see them. And, I've always said this, and I mean it at the bottom of my heart, that the support keeps me going. I say that we're number 3 trending on Twitter, right over. Kamala 2028 and all these things and Pennsylvania and a bag of things. I appreciate you all. I appreciate everybody who's here every single week, no matter what we're talking about. If it's a calm topic, if it's a sexual topic, no matter what, on the day up, I'm loving you dearly. You see me? Thank you to my team, Giovanni Lewin and Cody and Jackson, who's not here tonight. Thank you to one of my resident DJs, DJ Jerome. Thank you to Bogs the Gal them Spooks, pick up yourself, my G, you understand? And to you, Things Nation, once again, guys, we're in this journey together, and thank you for supporting me on this journey called life. Because if it weren't for you, I would not be doing it anymore. You understand? And, you know, just remember, you're great. You have a purpose. Continue going. Continue pushing. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And you have things. I'm Karim Bwoyatingz. This is Bwoyatingz After Dark on Nationwide 90 FM.